82 of 82. One more final hoorah on the journey to the end of a disastrous season. The ups, the downs, the issues, the problems, the injuries, the drama. Welcome to the 76ers, man. This might be our last one of the season, but we still have a lot more coverage left in the tank. Speaking of the tank concludes. The tank is accomplished. The tank is finished. Nothing on the line today other than good vibes and good times with the best community in the world as we conclude this NBA season. And there will not be playoff basketball in Philadelphia this year for the first time in a long time. Something you got to stomach. Something you have to take to heart. Speaking of heart, will they come out and show us some heart to end the campaign? Lots to get into, lots to talk about as we look forward. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome on in to our final edition of Sixers Game Day Live here for the 2024-25 NBA season. Once again, hope you all are doing well. I know we were not here on Friday night as the Sixers lost to the Atlanta Hawks, but they are officially locked in to the number 5 Tankathon seed. We'll talk a bit about what that means and a whole bunch more. But good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. Wherever you're tapping in from, welcome in to Philly Take with RB, Sixers Game Day Live show presented by our friends over at National University. And shout out to BetUS TV as well. Shout out to all our partners all season long. Ladies and gentlemen, never thought we'd get to this point, but we have the 24-57 Philadelphia 76ers taking on the 38-43 play-in Chicago Bulls. This is the number 1 Sixers Game Day Live show where we give you pregame, live game, and postgame coverage all season long, including our staple play-by-play and reactions and our analysis as it all goes down. We'll take your phone calls after the game, so be sure to hit up the Discord or call into the phone lines. Ladies and gentlemen, do me one huge favor. Last show of the season, can we get up the likes, man? I know it's been tough to watch. I know it's been tough to stomach. But we have had a ton of loyal viewers stay tapped in all season long. You guys have done a great job helping us continue to grow. So ladies and gentlemen, do me a huge solid. Go down below. Hit that like button. Get us up to 300 likes tonight. And hit that subscribe button if you want to join in on the live chat. And of course, if you want to go above and beyond and support us as a family, go ahead and become official part of the Philly Take family by hitting that join button or hit the link pinned in the chat and become a channel member today. All our members, let's see those emojis in the chat. Drop the Tankathon emojis. If you would like to become a channel member and receive those emojis, the loyalty badges, get all your comments read out, get your comments highlighted in a different color, and a bunch of other exclusive perks, hit that join button down below. Lastly, and this is very important as we continue on into the off season, be sure to follow us everywhere, man. Instagram, TikTok, at Philly Take with RB. Follow me on Twitter at RB Philly Take. The coverage doesn't stop. Maybe some people, stop watching at the end of the season, but I've, made it all the way through this crazy season. We have a lot of things to talk about in the off season. We're going to be doing some other coverage as well. So ladies and gentlemen, it's important that you follow us everywhere. So go follow us on all platforms. All right, man. It is time to kick things off here on the Sixers pregame live show, the finale. Now, the Sixers, like I said, lost on Friday, and, they are locked into the number 5 Tankathon seed. I've been talking about this for months, so pretty much the Sixers are going to have a 63.9% chance to get a top 6 pick. So pretty much they have almost a 2/3 shot to keep their top 6 draft pick. And they obviously need to do that. They will have a 10.5% chance of getting the number 1 overall pick, which would be an absolute dream. And they have a 42.1% chance of landing in the top 4. So that's where they're going to be at. We will find out a month from, well, actually a little bit less than a month now from today on May 12th for the draft lottery. But until then, I mean, the 76ers, man, they have one final hoorah today. They got to go out with a W. No, I'm just kidding, man. It doesn't matter at this point, win or lose. We're not here to really worry about the outcome of this game. We're just going to have some fun. We're going to talk about this season a bit, and we're going to see how it goes. But yeah, they are locked into the number 5 spot on the Tankathon. And I don't really see a point in, previewing this game. I mean, like we've done for the last month and a half, it's just, who cares? Like who's even playing? We did hear a bunch of stuff in the last half hour. Paul George spoke to the media. Tyrese Maxey spoke to the media. So I'm going to read out a couple things that they have said, and we'll get into that more. I do want to highlight here as well, since we did not go live on Friday, we will be live later tonight as well. So ladies and gentlemen, after the game day live show here, right, we'll do our post-game show. We're going to come back later tonight around 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to live react to all of the playoff matchups. We're going to give our early thoughts on the playoffs. And we're also going to talk about what comes next for this 76ers organization. Just kind of an overall, season's done. Here's where our head is at type of thing. And I would love people to call into the show. So whether it's in the post game today or later tonight, if you want to call in and give your thoughts on this team, I'd be happy to hear from all of you. So yeah, here's the injury report for the Sixers. So everybody that's been out pretty much. Justin Edwards was questionable. He is out. Gershon Yabusele was questionable. He's out. And who else? Quentin Grimes is available, so he's the only one that will play today. But yeah, everybody else is out. The Sixers are going to start Jared Butler, Lonnie Walker, Quentin Grimes, Marcus Bagley, and Adem Bona. Marcus Bagley played pretty well on Friday night, I heard, so shout out to him. And a couple other things that are being said here by some of the Sixers players. Tyrese Maxey says that his finger is starting to feel better, but he needs to be off for another month before he can do anything. Paul George says that him, Embiid, and Maxey have talked about hanging out and working out together to help build chemistry for next year. So I don't know if that means the Sixers are ready to just run it back or where they're going to go from there. Paul George says that this is one of the most challenging seasons of his career due to injuries and adversity. Eric Gordon said that he's not looking too far ahead when it comes to his player option. He says that he's still going to be out for a while. They did ask Eric Gordon about the team meeting that occurred earlier this season, and he said that the Sixers should not have been in that position. So really just not things you want to hear. What else? The Sixers signed Isaiah Mobley. He's going to play today. It's Evan Mobley's younger brother. Yeah, that's where we're at. Paul George thinks the Sixers are just running it back and they're going to be fine next year. Joel Embiid did have arthroscopic knee surgery, so he will be reevaluated in 6 weeks. And so far, it just seems like everybody's still injured. So that's where we're at. That is where we are at. Kelly Oubre on the positives he can take away from this season. Quote, "It cannot get any worse." Tyrese Maxey on the positives he can draw from this season. It's going to sound bad, but the only way to go is up. So I think we all know this season was an absolute disaster. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys get active in the comments today. I would love to hear from people, whether you've been here all season, whether you haven't been here all season. Have you guys enjoyed the Game Day Live show? We're going to get into our final score predictions here, but I just want to say from me to you guys, and I know, this is a 1 p.m. Sunday afternoon game. Who the heck's going to be in here watching this game? I don't know. But I just wanted to say from me to you, this has been the hardest season to cover this team. This is my 5th full year streaming every game, making videos every day, talking about this team. It has been an absolute journey so far. I feel like there's a lot left to grow and a lot to do, and I feel like we're going to continue to take this to the next level. This year was the first year that we incorporated our whole game day live concept, from pregame coverage to live game coverage to post-game coverage. And even though this season was an absolute disaster, we still saw a lot of growth within the show, within the concept. So shout out to the callers. Shout out to the people that have been in here all year, commenting, engaging. So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for constantly rocking with me. I know this has been an impossible season. And yeah, man, it's been very hard from my standpoint as well. Every year so far covering this team, it has been it's been gearing up for a playoff run. We knew, okay, they're going to make the playoffs. How far can they go? Even though Joel Embiid has gotten injured and things have happened, we've still had a bare minimum, we've had a base level. And I feel like this year was just a complete outlier. And I hope that it doesn't continue, but it's been an absolute tragedy what this team has put us through. It's been impossible to watch. So if you guys have been in here, man, rocking with me, shout out to you. And yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. So, we're going to continue the same concept next year. We're not going anywhere. So I hope you guys aren't just seasonality type of people. Right? We're going to, continue these shows. We're going to have off-season coverage. We're going to have draft coverage, free agency. The real ones, no. The real ones are going to stay with us all year long. But yeah, man, if you've been in here, if you're in here for one final stream, shout out to you. We'll be reading a lot of the comments, just going through it. But it feels like it's been 10 years to get to this point. But then at the same time, it also feels quick, so I don't know. What else do I want to say, man? Like I said, follow us on all platforms. Just stay locked in. Stay locked in on all platforms. That's how we continue to grow. Like I said, I'll be on Bleacher Report every single week, like I have been. I'll be doing Eagles coverage on my A to Z channel as well. We got the draft next week. So the content doesn't go away. Content doesn't stop. And also, we're going to do playoff live streams, for the next couple of weeks. I don't know if we'll do the first round, but we're going to do a lot of playoff live streams. So if you do enjoy these types of shows, definitely tap in with me and we will watch, we'll watch some different playoff games. What else? Join the Discord. Yeah, communicate with us everywhere. So that's where I'm at, man. That is where I am at. If you guys got anything, leave it in the chat. But let's give our final score predictions of the season. Oh, one other thing too. I know we have a tight trivia race, so we have some questions prepared today. Yes, we have multiple questions, so you're going to want to be in here all season long and all game long if you want to try to win that prize. If we have a tie after today, we will go to a sudden death question with the people that are tied. And we will see by the end of this stream who wins the final trivia prize for the season. What else? That's really all I got, man. That's all I got. I'm excited to turn the chapter onto this off season. Going to be some big decisions for sure. See what happens. But anyway, Sixers are a heavy underdog in this game. They're at home one final time. I don't know who's going to this game unless you have $5 to spare. You want to watch a game. Ladies and gentlemen, drop your final score predictions. Final score predictions in the chat right now. Final score predictions in the chat right now. Who do you think's going to win this game? Will the 76ers pull out a W? What do you guys think? Will they finish with 25 wins? or will they finish with 24? Think about that, man. 82 games in a basketball season. Like, I feel like we've become so accustomed to 50-win seasons and 48, 54. This team has 24 wins. Bro, it has been an absolute crazy season, man. And it's not even that they have 24 wins. It's that I feel like we never even saw the actual team play. I feel like we never saw the actual team on the floor. Man, this season has taken years off us, man. But anyway, drop your final score predictions in the chat. Shout out to BetUS TV. Ladies and gentlemen, go check out BetUS TV, all their socials, all their platforms. They'll keep you up to date every single day with daily sports content and coverage, news, updates, and more. Shout out to BetUS TV, partner with us all season long. I am taking the Sixers to get a victory today, a moral victory. I think they're just going to go out there and play hard because now the tankathon is complete. In all seriousness, they'll probably get blown away, but I'm just going to pick them just because I feel like it. And yeah, go out with some positivity. The tank is already done. I think maybe Quentin Grimes will take like 50 shot attempts tonight. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows with this team? But they played a pretty good first half on Friday night. Then they collapsed, but they were still technically in the tankathon. So I think Quentin Grimes is going to shoot the ball 50 times a night, and I think he's going to drop like 42. Quentin Grimes is one of the small hidden gems that came out of this season. We'll see if they re-sign him. But yeah, man, I'm going to say Sixers win, I don't know, 108 to 105. 108, 105, Sixers get a W. Once again, I hope you guys get active in these comments today. Hope you hit the like button for us. We've put up this content all season. And, you know, I'm not pointing at anybody else in the space, but I know for a fact that we are one of the only channels that has kept up this consistent coverage. It has been absolutely difficult to continue to do these live streams, to do these videos when I know this team is tanking, but I've stayed the course the entire season. And I'm still here for game 82. And I told you guys, no matter what, win or lose, we're still going to be here no matter what. So that's where I'm at, man. 108, 105, Sixers pull off a W. Let's see. Bulls 125, 109. Bulls 117, 103. Bulls 125, 111. Bulls 115, 107 says Cool J. Dom says Sixers win 119, 114. Busy B, what's up? Says this has been a pathetic season. That's putting it lightly. Jamie says Sixers 130, 127. Sixers Sam 116, 98. All right, y'all. One more time for me. I'm going to drop that beat. I need y'all to spin that wheel. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go! Yes, sir, man. Welcome in game 82 of 82. Since we started this spin the wheel, what was it, 25 games ago? We are 10 and 14. So let's see if we can make that 11 and 14. We're going to have a lot of content in between now and May 12th spinning this damn lottery simulator. Embiid, George, and Maxey only played 15 games together. 54 different starting lineups, most in the NBA ever. Wow. Spin the wheel, man. Let's go. I'm trying to wake up the damn neighbors today, so hit that like button, man. Let's go. And we get number 7, bro. See, Dude, this is so stupid. Why do you give us number 7? I'm telling you guys right now, if the Oklahoma City Thunder win the finals, and then the Sixers get the 7th overall pick, like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. If the Sixers get the 7th overall pick and the Thunder win the finals, like, I think I'm done, bro. I think I'm done. Come on, bro. Really? That's how you guys are going to end us? We'll do it. We'll revisit in the postgame. But come on, bro. Anyway. We finish at 10 and 15. So 10 wins out of 25. Spin the wheels. It's at about a... I can't do the math right now. I'm tired, man. A little bit below 50%. Probably like 40-something. But yeah, that's where we're at. I would not like this at all. We'll revisit in the post-game show, but that's where we're at. Like I said, Sixers will have a 64% chance to get their draft pick. They'll have a 42.1% chance to be in the top 4, and they'll have a 10.5% chance of getting the number 1 pick. Once again, guys, be sure to follow us on all platforms. Join the Discord. Become a channel member. Check out our website. Cop some merch, man. However you want to support us or have supported us, thank you very much. Let's give some shout-outs to the channel members in the chat. Who do we have in here? Busy B, who's been in here all season long. Busy B, thank you for being here. Dom Boyle, been here all season. Dom, thanks for being here. Cool J's been here all season. Thanks for being here. Sixers Sam in the building. What's good? Sniper says, I want the Sixers to win so bad next year. I want this channel to blow up. I hear you, man. I hear you. And even though, you know, the numbers have been good, the shows have been good this year, we have the concept now, right? This is a great concept. It's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of hours, though. A lot of things go on behind the scenes. Shout out to my whole staff that helps me out with a lot of things. A lot that people don't see, you know, it's a lot of late nights, but I love it. I love it so much. And I agree. I want this channel to blow up. I want the Sixers to be a good team. I don't want the Sixers to tank, man. I want them to win. I want them to win for once. It would be so amazing. There's a lot of big questions that have to be answered this offseason. There is a lot of answers coming this offseason about what the future holds, but I really hope they get this draft pick so that, one, we have a lot to talk about with it, but also they have to get better, man. Every guy's got to look themselves in the mirror, because whether this Sixers organization wants to talk about it or not, they are on the precipice of irrelevancy. Fans are pissed off. Season ticket holders are pissed off. Everybody on this channel's pissed off. This season, I mean, I don't ever want to remember this season again. Like I said, we're going to be live later tonight around 7 p.m. We're going to talk about the playoff matchups, about this team. But once this game ends today, I am going to put this season so far in the back of my head that I hope I never remember it again. This has been the hardest season to talk about this team. Jim says, hit the like. What's up, Jim? Lexi in the house. Fire take goat. Busy B says, smash the like button. Let's go, man. Guys, can we get to 100 likes? I'm not gonna, you know, say it all day, man. I want to wake up the neighbors. I want to get hype in here. This is our last one of the season. We're going to do some playoff live streams, so I hope to see you guys in here for that. Because I got to do some playoff coverage, man. I can't go without any playoff streams. Playoff streams are the best part of the channel, man. We're not going to have any this year, which sucks. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. Later tonight, we're going to give our playoff picks and react to the playoff series. Some of them have been decided, but every team is playing today in the next couple hours, so there's going to be a huge watch here of playoff matchups, especially in the Western Conference. All of the playoff teams are are racing for today. So we'll see. Once again, I want to encourage you guys to just follow us everywhere, man, and help continue to support us and keep it going. Here is my my Twitter. So guys, go follow me on Twitter, aka X, at RB Philly Take. And then here is our Instagram page. Go follow us over here. Philly Take with RB. Go follow us over here. And follow us, same thing on TikTok as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you guys a question. And I want your thoughts on this because I'm seeing all these Paul George quotes. And I'll tell you guys this, man. Like, you know, whenever Daryl Morey has his exit press conference, we're gonna live stream that. I'm curious to hear what he has to say. Usually we don't get it this early, but where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so you know we're hearing all these things said from like Paul George today and Tyrese Maxey, but my question to you guys in the chat is, do you think that the 76ers are going to run it back next season? Do you think that they're going to run it back with Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, and Joel Embiid? Give me your thoughts. Guys, I'll be back in 1 second, all right? 1 second, I'll be back. All right, y'all, we're back. We are back. So the question is, do you guys think that the Sixers are going to run it back with Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey? That's my question. Starting lineups tonight for... Hold on, let me get the scoreboard up here. My bad. Welcome into the final Sixers Game Day Live of the season. For the Chicago Bulls, it'll be Matas Buzelis, Julian Phillips, Kobe White, Kevin Huerter, and Nikolai Vucevic. First one by Phillips, plucked by Jared Butler. For the Sixers, once again, it'll be Quentin Grimes, Jared Butler, Lonnie Walker, Marcus Bagley, and Adem Bona. Probably never thought that'd be the starting lineup in the last game of the season, but here we are. Here's the shot from Vucevic. That one's off. So the Bulls had the first possession. Now it's with the Sixers. Sixers rocking their blue unis. Bulls rocking their red unis. Here is Jared Butler. Butler guarded tightly. Going to kick it out. Here's Lonnie Walker over Kobe White for three, and he drills it. For the Bulls, Josh Giddey out. Lonzo Ball out, amongst many others. Bulls are getting ready for a play-in game in a couple days against the Atlanta Hawks. It was stolen by Bagley. He threw it away, and then here's Herter knocks down a 3. What do you guys think? Can the Bulls beat the Atlanta Hawks? It's going to be interesting for sure. I mean, a 38-43 team's in the playoffs. Grimes going to find Walker. He steps into a 3, and he answers the Sixers with a 6-3 lead. All right. Kobe White right to the rack, goes up, misses the layup. Here come the 76ers. Butler, the floats it up to Bona, and the alley-oop is not converted. Bulls down the other end, easy dunk. Let me get the scoreboard up here. There's a 3-ball from Lonnie. That one is short. Bona tries to get the board, couldn't get it. And then Bagley's going to steal it back and yam it down. Sixers lead at 8-5. See if this scoreboard updates quick enough or not. These scoreboards really do mess up, man. It's crazy. We're going to try to get a fix for that in the offseason. Herter lays one up and in. Grimes around his screen. Bona sets one. It's going to be a foul on Julian Phillips. Tried to fight through the screen, but got whistled for the foul. Guys are in here, man. Hit that like button. Help us get to 100 likes. We got good old 80 people in the chat. I knew this one was going to be bare minimum today, but final hoorah. Bona tried to go up. He lost it out of bounds. He wanted a foul. Sixers lead at 8-7. Here's the inbound. Grimes up at the corner. Guarded by Herter. Finds Bona. Bona going to dribble. Drive in against Vucevic. Floats one up and got it to go. We might have to switch to the other scoreboard if this one's not updating quick enough. Here is Herter coming around his screen. He's going to dribble, drive into traffic, floats one up and in. Rolled right off the fingertips. Actually, that was Matas Buzelis. My fault. Buzelis with the bucket. Here's Jared Butler coming around his screen. Butler, half spin, crosses over against Herter, drives, floats one up, missed it by a lot, but a foul. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Welcome on in, man. Sixers Game Day Live, edition number 82. One more as we close it off for the end of the 2024 season. Teacher says keep Maxey, McCain, Grimes, Yabu, and get rid of everybody else. Who else we got in the chat? Shout out to Dom. He says, I got the Hawks in that one. I'd take Bulls over Hawks, says Tyrone, but it's close. 2 for 2 at the line. Free throws good. Do you see the message in front of the scores table? No, I don't see it. Here's Vucevic, the drive, the kick. It's stolen away. Here come the Sixers. Bagley up the floor. Butler all the way. He's stuffed at the rim. Sixers get it back, though. Another opportunity. Grimes chucks up a 3. It's short. Here come the Bulls down the other end. Phillips with the ferocious one-handed slam. Bona tried to get back. Not quite. Also, man, shout out to Quentin Grimes. You know, he made the most out of a really tough situation. Hope he's back next year. Grimes, Butler. Butler guarded by Kobe White. Butler going to cross over, steps back for 3. That's off the mark. Here come the Chicago Bulls. They're down by 1. Herter going to chuck up a 3 in transition. He got it. Guys, can we get this to 100 likes, man? 90 plus in the chat. Hit that thumbs up, man. Shout out to all our mods holding it down all season. You guys were incredible as well. Thank you. Butler, the floater, it goes. 14-14 is our score. Like I said, Sixers locked into the 5 seed. I'd like to see them win this game, but we'll see how it goes. Kobe White dribbling, kicks it out. Here's Buzelis. Tell you what, if the Bulls don't win this game, that says a lot about their playing chances. Kobe White from deep. That one's off the back iron. Picked up by Philly. 7:08 to go here in the first. Jared Butler going to dribble. The drive. Floats it up. Adembona got it off the bank. Sixers lead it by 2. I'm trying to hit this air horn one time, man. You guys, you know what's really crazy, guys? So yesterday I was filling in for my buddy JJ, who does Phillies live streams. And not to, again, this is not a knock on any of you or the season or the chat or whatever, but I kind of forgot like how much the different fan bases are engaged with their team. Like I did a Phillies live stream yesterday for JJ, and obviously it's early in the Phillies season. People are still kind of down on the Phillies from last year, but there is still hype, right? And man, it was so effortless to get the chat engaged. And it brought me back to a couple years ago with these live streams where it was so easy. Like there were so many people in here, even the casual fans, because they were so excited about this team, and they wanted to see this team grow and things like that. And it's like all season, man. Like obviously we have our diehards and you guys are amazing, but I forgot what it was like to just have effortless engagement. For me, it's like now I got to work 10 times harder, which is not a bad thing, but I just didn't really realize it again until yesterday. I didn't realize it until I was doing that Philly stream and how many fighting Phillies fans were just in there having fun, and I've kind of forgot that people just are not happy with the 76ers, and that's kind of where it brought me to mentally. But nonetheless, man, we still got 100 people in here right now, so thank you guys for being here. 100 people in the chat, get us to 100 likes. Like Busy Bee said in the chat, the math is not math, and come on, Shadow Watchers. Even if you guys have been in here all season behind the shadows, just not commenting, just watching, man, hit that like button. Let's go. I'm ready to close the chapter here for this season, but like I said, we're going to have a ton of all-season coverage. We're going to live stream other playoff games. Lots of videos to come through. Hopefully, praying the Sixers get this top 6 pick so that we have a lot to talk about for the draft and can get a player that will change this franchise, hopefully. I have so much content in store, man. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not done. Unless the Sixers get the 7th overall pick and it goes to OKC. If they get the 7th pick, you guys might never see me again. But Herter will be remembered in that Atlanta series. Why'd you have to bring that up, man? Why'd you have to bring... Kevin Herter gives me nightmares. I hate this guy so much. He's such an average player, and he haunts us, man. Here's Nikolai Vucevic against Butler. He turns, spins, goes up, blocked by Bona, but he was fouled. Yo, Bona is also a hidden gem from this season. Maybe I'll make a video about like the top 5 hidden gems from this season. Yo, by the way, the Eastern Conference playoffs, y'all heard it here first. The Detroit Pistons are upsetting the New York Knicks. You heard it here first. We're going Pistons in 7, man. Agree or disagree? I've already owned real estate in the Knicks fan base, but on Twitter, I said Pistons in 7, and all the Knicks fans are crying in the comments. Woo, blah, blah, blah. We could beat the Pistons. Okay, well, go out there and show us then. Go out there and show us then, frauds. I got the Pistons, man. They're on fire right now. Tobias Revenge Series. Tobias is from New York. Let's go. Shout out to my guy B-Ball Paul. They're all getting revenge on the Knicks, man. Sixers miss a 3. Bona taps it in. 18-16. Sixers lead it. Pistons in 7. Kevin Herter coming around his screen. He's going to step back. Misses it. Buzelis the board. He puts it in. And by the way, like I said, later tonight, we're going to live stream again. We're going to react to all the playoff matchups, but that's just a little preview. So if you think that's crazy, wait till you hear what I have to say later. Grimes going to miss the three. It's knotted at 18, halfway through the first. Here comes Buzelis. He turns, spins, kicks. Vucevic up the White. Kobe White guarded by Jared Butler. Coming around a screen, going to dribble, drive, turn, kick it back. Buzelis, the pump fake. Back to White in the corner. Chucks up a three. It's off. Grimes gets the board, and the Sixers are running. Grimes tried to find Butler through the window, but it was plucked by Chicago. Here come the Bulls. Herter. Buzelis thinks about a three. Back to Herter at the wing. Up to Kobe White. Butler guarding him tightly. Here's Kobe White. Finds Vucevic. Vucevic going to put it up from mid-range. He got it. By the way, man, you guys remember that game last time the Sixers played the Bulls like 2 months ago? Remember the Bulls were up by 50 points? That was also one of those games. You know how I say like there's games where you just don't forget? I'm not forgetting that one for sure. Bona fouled on the putback attempt. Bona going to the line. There's certain games from the season that just stick with you, and I will not forget the Sixers getting embarrassed. They were down by 50 to the measly Bulls at that point. Matter of fact, didn't Joel Embiid play in that game too? I know Maxey did, and I think Paul George did as well. Let me go back and look at that. Sixers lost that game 142 to 110. Bona going to knock down the first. So Embiid did not play, but it was Maxey and Paul George that were in. And the Sixers were down by 50 points, which is just crazy. I will say, though, the Sixers did finish off a generational tank job. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a team tank as successful as this. But, yeah. Second one is no good for Bona. Picked up by Chicago. Mitch, what's going on, bro? Welcome in, man. Josh, what's up? Sixers Sam says hit the like button. Nick says Morey and Nurse presser after the game. I did see that. I'm ready for an exit press conference in a couple days, though. They'll probably have an exit presser in a couple days. We heard from Paul George today, Maxey. Bulls missed a three, get it back. Herter again, and there it goes. Dude, I'm so tired of Kevin Herter. I'm so tired of Kevin Herter, man. Grimes going to kick it out. Ricky wide open for three. It's short. Sixers get it back. Jalen Hood-Schifino in the ball game. Grimes for three again. No good. By the way, I saw this post on Twitter. They said Ricky Council was the least effective three-point shooter in the league this season. Did you guys know that? Ricky Council was brutal numbers-wise. Yeah, we got 115 people in here. Hit the like button for us, man. We need 20 more so we can ring that air horn. Get us to 100 by the end of the first quarter. Get us to 100. Here's Grimes around his screen. Going to find Bona. Back to Council. Council, one bounce. Here's a damn Bona. Bona going to turn, spin, dribble, drive, goes up, and in. Sixers down by 2. Vucevic going to put up a three. That's off the back iron. Sixers get the board. I also saw a report. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to talk about that much. I'm going to save it for the live stream later. Let's just say I saw some interesting reports today as Bagley's going to miss the three ball. We have a lot to talk about later tonight. Like I said, we'll be live streaming later tonight around 7 p.m. Eastern. So I hope to see you guys come back out again as we can finally turn this chapter of a disaster season. 116 people in the chat. Welcome into Sixers Game Day Live, presented by National University. Game 82. It's been an absolute pleasure this season to be here with you all. Pistons have owned the Knicks all season. They really have. The Knicks can't beat any good teams. So I got the Pistons in 7. That's a little preview. Are we cheering for a win today? I don't think we're really cheering for a win, but if they win, I'm not going to be mad. Go Sixers. Big Rud, what's going on, man? You said Ricky Council is 1-500 one night. I don't know what that means. But yeah, Ricky's most likely, I don't feel like he's going to be back. Sixers on their last game of the season, missing playoffs, and they're looking forward to the Pistons and Knicks series. We traumatize all. See, this is the problem with Knicks fans, and not to go off on a tangent here, but this is how weird Knicks fans are. They come into a Sixers-Bulls live stream, and just because I give my prediction on a playoff series, they think we're worried about the Knicks. Nobody is worrying about the Knicks. None of the good teams are worried about the Knicks. Nobody cares about the Knicks. They're going to get beat in the playoffs. That's all I'm telling you. That's all I'm telling you. And I'm going to be here laughing my butt off when it happens. It's going to cheer me up a little bit about this season. That's all I'm saying, man. But see, Knicks fans, they have this weird fascination. They think everybody's worried about them when nobody cares. Nobody cares about the Knicks. They're average. That's what they are. Homa in the chat. What's up, bro? Bai says we should try to get this W. I mean, they are trying. They are trying. Ricky was chucking them up. Yeah, I saw this post. It said he was the least effective three-point shooter in the league this year. Cool J says Knicks are getting a first-round exit. Bro, you post about us all the time. No, I don't. But anytime I post, Knicks fans flood the comments because they love me, because I tell them the truth. Knicks fans cannot get enough of me. A lot of fan bases can't get enough of me. I just tell them the truth, man. It's a Sixers live stream and y'all are talking about the Knicks. No, I said one thing about the Knicks and you had some weird fascination that we're talking about the Knicks. But anyway, that's my last comment in response to them because the Knicks are not that good and they're going to get exposed, as I'm telling you right now, in the playoffs. Sixers down by 4, 2:50 to go in the first quarter. Hood Schifino turns, spins. Lonnie Walker steps back, deep two. That one's short. Rebounded by Chicago. 2:40 to go here in the first quarter. Dom says it's a Sixers live stream. Why are you here? That's what I'm saying, bro. They sit in the shadows because they love me and they can't get enough of me. And then you say one thing about the Knicks and then they start commenting they're just weird behavior. It's a Sunday afternoon, bro. Isn't your team playing right now? Jalen Smith with the putback. Nice attempt there by him. 6-point lead for Chicago. Lonnie Walker going to find Ricky Council. Here's Jalen Hood Schifino. 2 minutes to go in the first. Is that Mobley? Isaiah Mobley's in the ball game. He was signed today. Here's Ricky, the dribble, the drive. He's fouled. Knicks are 0-10 against the Thunder, Celtics, and Cavs. I'm telling you, they're showing signs of fraudulency. There's certain things that you look at. There's certain things that you look at when it comes to teams and how they stack up in the playoffs. And yeah, the Knicks have not beat any good teams this year. Council going to knock down the first. All right, man, if you guys have been here all season with RB, tapping in, locked in, do me a favor, drop OG in the comments so I can shout you out real quick. Drop OG in the chat if you guys have been here rocking with us all year long. Two for two at the line. Sixers down by 4. Here's Kobe White. Dribbles, kicks it out. 3-ball from Williams, who is off the mark. Williams coming off the bench now for Chicago. Here's Hood Schifino dribbling, driving against Kobe White. Back to Mobley. Mobley. Bagley, backdoor, puts it up. It's a goaltend. Let's give some shout outs to the people in here that have been rocking with us all season long. By the way, we got 120 people in here. Hit the like button. We need 9 more. Get us to 100 so we can wake up the neighbors. Turnaround Jay from Smith. He gets it to go. 29-25. Down the other end now, Hood Schifino, who had really a little run there at the beginning of his Sixers signing, and then it's been quiet ever since. But I can't expect anybody to really get a run. I wonder if Alex Reese is playing today, or is he still hurt? Are we going to see the bartender again, or what? We got Busy B OG in the chat. Glenn says periodically I'm an OG. Cool J OG, Dom OG, Philly Sports Dylan OG. Shout out to the people in the chat. Does 10 games count as an OG? Nah, man. OG's all season, baby. 10 games more like a casual for now. If you guys are new, though, drop new in the chat. Lonnie Walker going to find Ricky Council. He crosses over. Now back the other way. Kicks it out to Bagley. 4, 3, 2. Council for 3. It's off. Bagley puts it up, and he's fouled. Asia Roberson in the chat. Fire Take Goat. What's up, Asia? Shout out to all the members. Thank you guys for being here all season and supporting the channel. If you guys are interested in becoming a member, hit that link pinned in the chat. Bagley going to knock down the first. 104 people in here. 94 likes. We need 6 more, man. We've been here all season sitting through this team. Pre-game, live game, and post-game shows all season long right here. Your number one source for Sixers game day coverage, Sixers news coverage, and all that and more. There's Kobe White going to find that Dalen Terry misses a 3, and we got another foul. Once again, here's the dribble, the drive. Here's Kobe White. White back the other way, spins against Hood Shafino. Kobe White, 2 on the shot clock, 1 second, puts it up. Can't get the roll. Mobley's fighting against Smith. Sixers pick it up. Here's Lonnie Walker going one-on-one against Dalen Terry. He turns, spins, fades. Lonnie at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. That'll take us to the end of quarter number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what that means. It is time for Sixers Trivia. Edition number 82. We have a tie at the top. It's going to be interesting, man. Sixers Trivia every game after the end of the first quarter. If you hear this sound, means you get it correct. Only the first person who gets it in the chat and comments it correctly, and only your first guess will count. But whoever throws it in the chat first correctly will be our trivia winner. This question could determine a lot. So get those keyboards ready, man. Get those keyboards ready. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the question of the day. With this being the final game of the regular season, the Sixers can only finish with 24 or 25 wins. How many times in Sixers history has the team finished with 25 wins or less? While you guys answer that question, I'm going to let you know this one is brought to you by National University, the Sixers Scholars Trivia question from National University. National is a nonprofit accredited university offering flexible online schooling. They have a 50-plus year history of innovative learning and support models for working and non-traditional students. They will give you all the resources that you need with the most comprehensive degree program offerings in the U.S. for working and non-traditional students. They give you the support through their mentoring network for students and alum with career guidance, professional development opportunities, and customized career support. 50% of their undergrad students are active duty military, veteran, and dependents, and they awarded $50 million plus in scholarships last year. Right now, they have a new scholarship opportunity going on, so go check that out. The link is in the live chat or down in the description. Check out their flexible curriculum program offerings and check out where you can get that degree you've always wanted with National University. National University, where you can juggle school with everything else life has to offer. Appreciate them partnering with the show all season long. All right, man, let's see who our Sixers scholar is in the live chat. Let's see who got it first. So the answer is, in franchise history, the Sixers have finished with 25 wins or less a total of 10 times. 10 times. And the person to get the correct answer was Mike McCleary. Mike, congratulations. Bazelis knocks down a 3. Give my guy Mike some love in the chat, man. Yes, that does include this season. This will be the 10th time that the Sixers have finished with 25 wins or less. Sixers going to answer with a 3 of their own. But if you guys stay tapped in for the whole stream, we'll have more trivia questions coming up. And if Don Boyle or Philly Sports Dylan do not get the next question, that means we're going to sudden death. Shout out to Mike McCleary, our Sixer Scholars Trivia winner of the evening. Let's see if Mike has won any questions this year. Check that in a second. Here's the mid-range J from Jalen Smith. Can't get it to fall. Don't worry, we got more in store for you, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Jalen Hood-Schifino. Going to one bounce it. Council thinks about a 3. Now drives, kicks in the corner. Mobley for 3. No good. Bulls diving all over the floor here. It was knocked out of bounds. So Mike McCleary has not won a trivia this year. It is his first. Congratulations, Mike. Never too late. Never too late. Three ball is airballed by about 4 feet from Jalen Smith. All right. So we'll talk about our leaderboard here in just a second. Hood-Schifino going to wing it back. Here's Mobley, the pump fake, the dribble, the drive, floats it up, off the back iron, no can do. We are still tied at 32. Talon Horton-Tucker in for the first time, goes and lays one up coast to coast. Here are the Sixers. Jalen Hood-Schifino. He's going to dribble in, turn, spin. Ricky chucking up a 3, and he got it. Ricky from 3. Yo, we got 100 likes, by the way. We have 100 likes. Drop the yes, sirs in the chat. I need everybody. I need you guys to be loud in the chat. Sixers steal it away. Here's Lonnie Walker up the floor. Down to Bagley. Puts it up. Too far. Knocked out by the Bulls. Drop the yes, sirs in the chat. Yes, sir. Drop the yes, sirs in the chat. Woo! Let's go, baby. We never fail to bring that energy. Yo, 5 years. Who's been rocking with us for 5 years of live streams? Anybody? Has anybody been here since the first live stream? Lonnie Walker for 3. Cha-ching. Sixers on the second attempt. Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Bulls are getting ready for a play-in game. They can't even beat the tanking Sixers. They can't even beat the Sixers. What's going on, man? What is going on right now? Drop them yes, sirs, man. Here is where our leaderboard stands, okay? It is Philly Sports Dylan and Don Boyle tied at the top with 7 apiece. We have Ego and Lou World, who have been tapped out for half the season now, with 5. They're not coming back. Busy B with 4. And we have Jamie Slack, Kyle Lehman, Riaz, and Shoe Game all with 3. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you this right now, okay? Listen up closely. The next trivia question that we're going to do, I'm not going to tell you when it is, but it's going to be worth 2 points. 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. That could be a big decider. That could be a decider. So we have another trivia question, and then if we are still tied, we'll see. We might have to go to a sudden death trivia with Don Boyle and Philly Sports Dylan. I mean, how can you not be excited, man? How can you not be thrilled? We got Sixers Sam in the chat dropping the yes sirs. Lexi dropping the yes sirs. Rob Downs dropping the yes sirs. Sam Eid. James says yes sir. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Shout out to everybody that's been rocking with us. Sixers trivia. It's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Season has finally come to an end today. Finally coming to an end. All right, here's another question for you guys, man. Here's another question for you guys in the stream. Which players on the 76ers do you want to see back next season? Which players do you want to see back next season? BLSG says, I've been here since the bubble Sixers. Asia says, I was here when you were making post-game videos. Let's go, Asia. Let's go. Busy B says, I'm coming in for the sneak attack. Herder for the step back three. He got it to go. What a shot. Apparently, Jared McCain was talking on the broadcast Friday night. Had some good feedback on his recovery. So shout out to McCain. Excited to watch him play again. Horton Tucker going to dribble, drive down the lane, kicks it out. 3 ball in the corner. Herder again. Yo, Kevin Herter is giving me nightmares, man. Get Kevin Herter and ship him out of here. I'm so tired of Kevin Herter. And you know what's crazy? Kevin Herter feels like the type of player that's going to end up on the Sixers when he's 35. If Daryl Morey's still the GM, he's going to give Herter a 3-year, $38 million deal. And then he's going to shoot nothing like he is right now. Here he is again. Herter, another 3. This time it's way off. Bagley going to dump it back. Here is Lonnie Walker. Dribbles in, up off the square. Missed it. Bazelis with the board. Bazelis going to be a pretty good player. I met him at Summer League last year. He's a cool dude. Sixers with the rebound. I actually met Bazelis right after he had a posterizer dunk. That was pretty cool. Here's Hood Schifino. Kicks it out to the wing. Lonnie steps up. No can do. 2-point game. McCain, Grimes, and Maxey. Grimes. Maxey, McCain, Edwards, Bona, and Grimes. I'm going to make a plethora of videos here over the next couple weeks talking about what the Sixers should do next, what their off-season plan should be. We'll talk about draft stuff, but based on what I'm hearing so far, I mean, we'll talk about it later tonight, but is it possible that they just run it back? Is it possible they just run it back with the same team? I don't know if they can do that to the fans. I don't know if they could do that from a business standpoint. You have a ton of season ticket holders already selling their tickets. So we'll see. Nick says, get rid of Embiid, Pinky P, fire Morey, Nurse, sell the team, and draft Cooper Flag. Asia says McCain and Maxey. Dom says Grimes, Oubre, Maxey, McCain, Bona, and Edwards. Herder going to miss the free throw. It's a 3-point game now. Wonder if Yabu and Grimes will be back. They better. They better. Grimes to Bona, back to Grimes. And a foul on Chicago. 7:24 to go here in quarter number 2. McCain, Maxey, Grimes, Yabu, Butler, Bona, Hood, Schifino, and Edwards, says Robert. Mike says Oubre. Yeah, what about Kelly Oubre? We think he's going to accept his player option? I don't know. Hood Schifino going to kick it back to Ricky Council. Council back to Hood Schifino. Hood Schifino going to dribble into the paint, floats it up. That one's short. Once again, guys, not to keep you waiting here, but I will be live later tonight around 7 p.m. Eastern. All these questions I'm asking you guys right now, I'm going to give you my initial thoughts and some answers on what I think is going to happen. So if you want my answers to these questions, come on back later tonight. We're going to talk about the Sixers' future a little bit, and we're going to react to the playoff matchups as well. Here's Phillips for 3. That one no good. Also, we'll have some callers later on too, so if you guys want to chime into the convo, you can. Bona going to find Butler. Butler dribbles, pulls it up. That one is short and knocked out of bounds. We'll also be here throughout the entire offseason, so I hope you guys don't disappear until October. If you don't want anything to do with the Sixers, I understand, but sometimes our offseason coverage is some of our best, so definitely check it out. Butler going to miss the 3. Be sure to stay tapped in with our other platforms as well. Herter goes up off balance, tried to sell a foul. He couldn't. Bona the rebound. Sixers down by 3. Grimes back to Butler. Butler guarded by Phillips. He's going to hand it off to Ricky Council. 10 on the shot clock. Ricky going to dribble. Poked away. And it's out of bounds. Actually, they're going to say it's a foul. Foul in Chicago. I just don't know how they can run this back and expect the fans to be excited. I mean, I think a main determinant on whether they run it back is, 1, will they get the draft pick? And number 2, will Joel Embiid be ready for next season? What do you guys think? What's your thoughts on that? Do you think Joel Embiid's going to be ready for the start of next season? Bona the alley-oop, slam and finish. Bona has been absolutely electric this season when he gets the opportunity. When he gets the opportunity, he's been electric. Vucevic going to turn and spin, kick it out to the corner. Williams up top. Here's Horton Tucker. He drives and throws it down with 2 hands. Are you kidding me? Since when does Talen Horton Tucker do that? When does Talen Horton Tucker do that? Bulls lead it by 3. Grimes up to Hood Schifino. And he walked. Like I said, I'll give you guys all my answers later tonight, but if the Sixers don't get this draft pick, guys, I mean, obviously, again, you had to tank, right? Like, you weren't going to make the playoffs this year, but if they don't get this draft pick, oh boy. Oh boy. Daryl Morey better put a little pep in his step this offseason if he's still here. Butler with the reverse slay. He got it to go. Actually, you know what? I'm flooding you guys with questions, so I might as well ask that question too. Out of Daryl Morey and Nick Nurse, who do you think is going to be back next season? Will it be both of them, one of them, or none of them? Don't tell me what you want. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think is going to happen. Will they be back next season, Daryl Morey and Nick Nurse? Tell me what you think is going to happen. Butler steps back at 2. He got it. Crawley in the chat. What's up, Crawley? Channel member. Rachel, channel member. Good to see you guys here. Nick Marchetti, $2 super chat says, if we get flagged, we definitely are not running it back. Nick, thank you for the super chat, man. Shout out to longtime viewer Nick Marchetti. I could also look at it like if they get Cooper flagged, maybe they're like, oh, well, we can just plug him into the starting 5 and then we'll be good. I don't know. There's a lot to unpack. There's going to be a lot of big decisions this offseason. We say that every year, but it's now or never, man. Jared Butler going to cross over, drive, kick it back. Lonnie, Grimes. Grimes puts it up for 3 off the back iron. I have some interesting perspectives that I'm going to offer up later tonight that you might not be thinking about, but there are certain reasons that I believe a certain something is going to happen. Lonnie down the hill, and he throws it down one hand. Dude, I can't believe the Bulls are going to be in the play-in like this. The Bulls are, come on, bro. Can't beat the Sixers? If the Chicago Bulls can't even beat the 76ers right now, what makes you think they should even be in the play-in tournament? Like, the NBA wants to add all these games and all these extra teams. I mean, what? We're throwing a 9 and a 10 seed in the NBA playoff race that has 38 wins. If I was on a team that had 38 wins, I wouldn't even want to be in the playoffs. I feel like that's a smack in the face. All right, let's see what the chat says to my questions. All right, the first question I asked was about Joel Embiid. Dom says, I'm going to say no. Embiid will not be ready. He should be. He'll have about 5 months to get right, says Busy B. Crowley says, I don't. Embiid might never be ready again. Trade Podcast P, race for ace. Let's go. Race for ace, baby. Sixer Sam says, I don't think Embiid will even play or just play here and there. Rob says they bring in at least one promising center and one forward, and they could make next season interesting. I think even if we are in the play-in, Embiid plays 70% this season and everyone else healthy. Let's see. No, they need the draft pick. Dom says probably both of them will be back. Tortellini says Morey will be back, not Nurse. Rob says both will be back. John says Morey will be back. Morey will be back because Sixers are cursed. I think Morey stays, Nurse returns. Nick should get fired, says John. BLSG says both will be back. No, Embiid received a run-of-the-mill arthroscopic surgery, not what Kobe Bryant got in Germany. That's what was needed. Embiid will be the same hobble player next year. Well, I think they're going to probably do another procedure, if I had to guess, but they're going to see how he responds, I guess. RB, you're the man, bro. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you, man. They should remove the play. And yeah, it's just so watered down right now, honestly. Do I want Michael Malone? I mean, like I said, I'll give you my thoughts later tonight. As a preliminary thought to that, though, I mean, I don't think it's fair for Nurse to get canned for this team having 55 injuries, but I don't know if Nick Nurse wants to be here. Vucevic puts it up and he gets it to fall. I mean, I can already feel the wear and tear of covering this team every day. I can't imagine what Nurse is doing in that locker room. Here's Jared Butler. Butler going to one bounce it back to Lonnie. Lonnie crossing over, steps back for three, hits it. All right, one final question of the first half. Do you guys think that this is the most disappointing season in Sixers history? They've had 10 seasons of 25 or less wins. They've had the process. They had a 10-win season. Is this the most disappointing season in Sixers franchise history? Yes or no? Vucevic floats one up off the rim. Can't get it to drop. Here come the Sixers. Butler up to Lonnie Walker in the corner. Wings it down low. Bona goes up. He's met by Terry, but a foul. My quick answer to that question is absolutely. When they won 10 games, when they were winning 15 games, they had no expectations. This year, they were supposed to be a championship contender. They never really got the full version of the team on the floor, and even when they did, it was terrible. So my answer is 100%. This is the most disappointing season in Sixers franchise history. They've been in business for what? 70, whatever the math is, 70-something years. It's crazy. How would you feel if Morey and Nurse get canned? I'll talk about it later tonight. Like I said, come back around at 7 p.m. I'm going to give you my overall thoughts on the season. We're also going to celebrate. I don't want that to go under the radar, too. We are going to celebrate tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to celebrate the end of this monstrosity of a damn season, bro. I'm so happy to be done this season. Here's Kobe White coming around a screen. Kicks it to Williams. Vucevic puts it up. Short. Gets it back. Kicks it over to Terry. Terry for three. That's off the mark. Bagley is fouled. Let me see if I can pull up the NBA playoff race. We'll talk about that at halftime because there's a lot of ongoing stuff today. See if I can find a little summation here of what needs to happen for the NBA playoff race today. Here's a Dembona dribble handoff. Back to Grimes. Grimes throws it to nobody. Terry steals it away. 2 minutes to go here in the second. Kevin Huerter up top. He's guarded by Bagley. Huerter going to find Vucevic, guarded by Jared Butler. Vucevic lost control of it. Here come the 76ers. Lonnie Walker going to find Jared Butler, crashing to the rim, goes right up and in. Three ball from Huerter. That one comes up short, picked up by a Dembona. And Kobe White going to take a charge. Sixers on a 12-2 run, though. 1:30 to go here in the first half. 140 people in the chat right now. Do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button. Get us to 300 for our final stream of the season. Here's the kick out to Dale and Terry. Wide open three. That's off the mark. And it's going to stay with Chicago. If you guys are new to this channel for some reason, you just came across this live stream, I cover the Sixers 365 days out of the year. I cover the Eagles as well over on A to Z Sports Philly. I'm on Bleacher Report multiple times a week. Try to give you the best content possible. We live stream every game, pregame, live game, postgame. We drop a ton of videos. We have a lot of off-season coverage to do, draft stuff, and we're going to do playoff live streams as well. So I hope you guys continue to tune in with us. Even though this is the end of the Sixers season, a lot of coverage in store as Vucevic going to tap one in. 7-point lead now. Maury has to go. I'm going to be tuned in with you in the off-season respect. Let's push the agendas. What's up, Harris? Butler guarded by Huerter. Here's Bona. Hands it off to Quentin Grimes. Goes downhill. Kicks it back. Butler spots up the three ball. It's short. Kobe White fighting Marcus Bagley. And they fall to the ground. I think it's going to be a jump ball. RB, I heard you were doing baseball yesterday. I was. And it was a really interesting change of tempo. But it also made me realize how the streams here used to be when the fans were actually engaged. Like the engagement, the interaction was so easy that I forgot how much of a struggle it's been this season here in these live streams, These people are just tapped out from this team right now. 54-49. Sixers lead it. 20 seconds to go here in the first half. 2 seconds separating game and shot clock. Here's Lonnie Walker. Wings it to Quentin Grimes. Grimes to Butler. He dribbles, drives. Butler goes up and got it. 2 seconds. Half court heave from Chicago. And it's off. And it's off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the halftime live of our game day live show. One half left in the Sixers season. Now, to throw it back a little bit for what we've done all season, I usually ask you guys, what is one word to describe this game so far? I'm going to ask you guys this. What is one word to describe this Sixers season? Give me your best word that you can think of to describe this Sixers season. Give me your word in the chat. We'll get to some of those words. I'm going to give you guys my word as well. Another quick shout out to BetUS TV. Appreciate them partnering with the show all season. Definitely go check out their platforms, all their sites, and go check them out, man. BetUS TV, follow them on IG, X, and more. Stay up to date with all the sports content coverage, news, updates, and more. Go check out BetUS TV. One word to describe this season. That is a hard one because I have so many words. I have so many words that I could use. I mean, I guess the easy one would be disaster. Rock bottom. Those are some of the things that come to my mind. But what do you guys say? What do you guys say? Let's see. We got Monstrosity Putrid. Asia says disappointment. Busy Bee says cataclysmic. Great word. Philly Sports Dylan says wasteful. Tim says draft. Rob says cursed. Cam says pathetic. Cool J says blasphemous. Incomplete. Nursed. Podcasted. Mailed in. Unspeakable. Cheeks. Nursed. Four-letter word starts with A, ends with S. Yeah, man, it's been a disaster this season. It has. Criminal. Injured. Pitiful. Awful. Atrocious. Those are some other words. All right, man. Who's ready for another trivia question? Guys, we have a tight trivia race. And shout out to everybody that's been in here. Look, like I said, you got to stay in here all stream long. If you left the stream, well, too bad. Who's ready for another trivia question, man? This one's going to be worth 2 bonus points. This is going to be an interesting one, man. It's going to be an interesting one, man. We'll see if Don Boyle or Philly Sports Dylan can get this one. If not, we might have to go to a sudden death trivia. Oh, it's going to get spicy up in here, ladies and gentlemen. Maple says despondency, waste of time, precarious. Great words in the chat. You guys killed it all season long. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. All right, man. If you get the answer right, you're going to hear this sound. First person to get it right and comment it correctly in the chat will win this second trivia question. It's a bonus. It's going to be worth 2 points. It's going to be an interesting one, man. So get those keyboards ready. Only your first guess will count. Only your first guess will count. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the question. This is a good one. This is a good one. The second question, the bonus question here on the Sixers Halftime Live show is, name 3 players who have played 20 or less games for the Sixers this season. Name 3 players that have played 20 or less games for the 76ers this season. There have been a lot of guys who have played for the Sixers this season. A lot of unknowns. Only the diehards are going to know the answer to this question. We'll see who can get it first. Three players who have played 20 or less games. Look, if you don't know this, man, you haven't been tapped in a while. You haven't been tapped in a while. RB Pete Nance is starting for the Bucks. Shout out to Pete Nance, man. Levi says, please respond, good sir. If Chicago wins and Atlanta loses, they have a tied regular season record. Who plays Orlando? Who plays Miami? So, from my understanding, it's already locked in. The Bulls will be playing the Miami Heat. Or, I'm sorry, not the Miami Heat, the Atlanta Hawks. The Bulls will be playing the Hawks, and the Heat will be playing the Magic, from my understanding. So, it is already locked in the Eastern Conference. 3 players that have played under 20 games for the 76ers this season. Some of you guys got to work on those finger skills for next season. You know, you got to be the first to type it in the chat. Maybe go on your laptop so you can type quicker. I don't know. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players. Pretty much a whole roster of guys that have played 20 or less games for the Sixers this season. All right. So let's see who got it correct first in the chat. Sixers that have played 20 or less games for the 76ers this season. I'm reading your guys' answers right now. All right, we have a winner. We have a winner, and it was fairly quick. It was fairly quick. Mansion 315 answered Pete Nance, Marcus Bagley, and Chuma Okeke. That is correct. Mansion 315 with the first W of the season at an opportune time. Mansion 315 gets it correct. That is going to award you 2 points. Busy B was close. I know Busy B's been holding on to that 4 for a while. Busy B said PG, Butler, and Embiid. Joel Embiid actually is a correct answer. But Paul George played more than 20 games. Here are the 76ers that have played 20 or less games this season. Joel Embiid, who played 19. Lonnie Walker. Alex Reese, the bartender. Jalen Hood-Schifino. Marcus Bagley. Chuma Okeke. Pete Nance. O'Shea Brissett. Colin Castleton. Philip Wheeler. Lester Quinones. And David Roddy. Those are the Tankathon Tank Commander Sixers that have played less than 20 games this season. Ladies and gentlemen, that means we have a sudden death question. We're going to do it at the end of the third quarter, man. Sudden death question. It all comes down to this. At the beginning of the season, I said whoever gets the most trivia points at the end of the year is going to get a prize. Philly Sports Dylan and Dom Boyle are tied with 7, which means we are going to sudden death. And at the end of the third quarter, whoever gets it right out of those two will win the prize. Boy, it's going to get spicy, man. I'm ready. You guys better take this next half hour and start learning up on your trivia, man. You better start sharpening up on that trivia. Shout out to Dylan and Dom, though, man. They've been in here all season rocking with us. They've been in here showing love. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. It's going to be crazy. Also, just so you guys know, we'll be running back this show next season for year number 6. We'll be doing our pregame, live game, postgame. So a lot in store, man. A lot of good stuff in store. Work on those trivia skills over the off season. Dang, I could have tied it and had a 3-way. Yeah, you could, Busy B. You're close. PG has played, I think, 42 games this season. It was a good guess, though. Good guess. But, yo, I'm ready. I cannot wait. Better get ready for this next trivia question, man. It's our final one. Let's go. It's going to be interesting. At least we got one more cardiac moment for the season. Not this game, but cardiac incoming. Guys, we got 130 people in here. Be sure to like the show, subscribe to the show. I am ready to rock. Guys, we'll be back in 1 minute. Going to go get some more water, and we'll be ready to rock out the rest of this game. We'll go for the rest of this game. We'll do a quick post-game show, and then we'll be back later tonight with more coverage. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We are back. Oh, man. We are back. All right, let me talk to you guys for a second, man. I want to know from you guys, I'm giving you an opportunity right now while we wait for this second half. Give me your thoughts on the live show this year. Did you guys enjoy the pregame, live game, and postgame? Did you enjoy this format this year? Is there anything more you'd like to see next year? Do you like the segments that we do? Do you like the live callers? What do you guys think, man? Give me your thoughts in the chat. How do you feel after this season? Yeah, all channel members, by the way, you guys have a discount code for the merchandise. It's over on the members community tab. Be sure you guys go over and check out the members community tab from time to time. That's where I communicate with all the channel members, or you can hop in on the Discord as well. But yeah, man. Let me know what you guys think about the show this year. If you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed watching these games with me. I mean, obviously we didn't enjoy many wins, but just the overall show concept itself. Once again, shout out to the partners, man. National, BetUS TV, Mando. They make it possible for us to do this. Let's keep it going. Dom says, I definitely like the whole concept. Rob says, good show. Thank you, man. More content, better. I like adding trivia. Busy B dropping the tank emojis. Let's go. Let's go. Drop the tanks in the chat. I want to see all my members. Can we light up the chat blue? Is that Zach Collins? Now we're interviewing people over here on television. Hey, yo, Taryn Hatcher. What'd you get into last night, Taryn? I know you guys saw that. Come on, Taryn. We're on TV now. Might want to put some makeup on that, Taryn. Dang. Sixers lead it by 5. Here's Jared Butler, going to dribble, drive, start and stop. Layup is good. Sixers lead it by 7. Dude, this scoreboard is tripping. Come on, man. Dude, these scoreboards, one's ahead, one's behind. Like, come on, bro. Zach Collins for 3. I forgot about Zach Collins. He was in that trade, right? Was it the DeRozan trade or the Levine trade? Yeah, it was the Levine trade. I forgot about Javon Carter too. Yo, I forgot all these dudes were on the Chicago Bulls. They just have like 50 guards on the team. Bona turns the corner and slams it down as hard as he can, looking like he's going to rip the backboard off. Okay, Bona. There's Talon Horton-Tucker coming around a screen, going to dribble. Goes over to the right hand, lays it up off the bank. And that one's going the other way. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I wanted them. Yo, he actually almost needs Zach Collins in the face. He almost need him in the face. Bona's exciting, man. Bagley for 3. It's off the mark. Shout out to the Sixers for giving all these young guys a chance to play at the NBA level. A lot of them might never see the court again. Williams turns, spins, he's fouled and won. Man, Grimes is also just a different player now. Such a different player than before, man. But shout out to Grimes. He did what he could. He did his best. He did his best. Free throw going to be missed. Bulls get it back, though. Talen Horton-Tucker with the weird reverse. He kind of like did a 180 midair and kind of put some English on it there. That was weird. But Talen Horton-Tucker fouled. He is going to the line. Karen says, looking forward to next season and straightforward info coming to the fans from the Sixers. Format is really good. Thank you, Karen. Shout out to Karen. Became a channel member this year. Tara got the tsunami poppy. That's crazy. Crazy work. Nah, yeah, she's got to cover that thing up, though. Like, you're on TV now. What's up, Taryn? Talen Horton-Tucker going to knock down the first. Just, like, really popped out, you know? Talen Horton-Tucker going to miss the second. He goes 1 for 2 at the line. I'm used to our last live stream being a playoff stream where we have thousands of people in here, and a little bit of a different vibe this year, man. Here's a wide open three from Julian Phillips, and he drills it. 64-60 is the score. We're going to go check on some of the other NBA scores here in just a second. Julian Phillips was a second-round pick last year. Bulls take it away again. Talen Horton-Tucker, one bouncer, out to Carter for 3. That's off. Bulls on an 8-0 run. Sixers can't seem to score. Here's Quentin Grimes. Going to dribble, drive, floats it up. Where's the foul, man? Where's the foul? Javon Carter for 3. Misses it short. I'm also going to miss the playoffs just from the simple fact of the channel usually booms during the playoffs. But like I said, we'll stream some other games, see what happens. What series do you guys think we should live stream in the first or second round? Jared Butler poked away again. Now the Bulls are starting to bully. Here's Talen Horton-Tucker, drives all the way, lays it up and in. Yo, they're making Talen Horton-Tucker look like he's, like, I don't even know, like he's Draymond out here. Like, what's going on? He's not this good at defending. He is not like this. Also, I don't think we'll ever see a game again where a season where 2 coaches are fired in the final 10 games of the season that are in the playoffs. Like, just a weird season, man. Very weird season, if I'm being honest. So we do have a lot of updates with the 76ers to talk about later tonight. A lot going on with this team. So we'll get into all that, but appreciate y'all being in here, man. Sixers Game Day Live. Every single game, pregame, live game, and post-game coverage. If you guys have any questions for me, drop them in the chat. Is it true that Bona has a 48-inch vertical? I don't know. Let's see. Source said Bona has a max vert jump of 48.5 inches. Yeah, apparently, which is crazy. He was registered with a 38.5, but maybe. All right, man, here is the updated standings that we're looking out for in the Western Conference. I don't know why my bottom ticker is not updating. Let's see if we can get that to work. So right now we have, of course, they're not showing any of the West games. I guess those are on at 3:30. All the West games are at 3:30. So we'll have the Nuggets playing the Rockets. That'll have huge implications. The Grizzlies playing the Mavericks. Minnesota plays the Utah Jazz. Lakers play the Trailblazers, and the Clippers play the Warriors. So Clippers and Warriors, 5-6 playing each other. That, Minnesota against Utah, Denver against Houston. A lot of implications here on the final day of the regular season. It's going to get interesting for sure. Sixers Sam dropping the yes sirs. Let's go, channel members. Let's see those emojis in the chat. Butler kicks it back to Lonnie Walker. Pulls up from the high post. Can't get it to fall. Bona tried to corral it and could not. 4-point game. Bulls lead it. 8:03 to go here in the third. Zach Collins dishes it out. No look. Patrick Williams for a three. And he drains it. The trifecta goes, and the Bulls on a, I think they're on a, I don't even know, 20-6 run here to start the quarter. Wow. Here's Jared Butler going to jab. Butler steps back for three. Bulls tried to save it, and they threw it off the leg of a Dem bonus. So it's going to be Chicago Bulls basketball. Yo, actually, you know what? Let's play a fun game. Drop in the chat right now. Drop one game from this season that is unforgettable to you. Drop one game in this chat right now that was unforgettable, like a game you won't remember, or that you'll remember. Maybe not for a good reason or a good reason, but what's one game that like you just remember? Because for some reason I just thought about the Jared Butler game where he was cooking the Sixers when he was with the Wizards before they traded for him. Bona going to dribble drive, and he missed the dunk. Come on, Bona. He was fouled by Zach Collins. But yeah, I mean, you have that game. You have the Sixers being down by 50 to Chicago. Game before the All-Star break where Paul George put up 2 points against the Brooklyn Nets. A lot of interesting games this year. Sixers lost the second game of the year against the G League Raptors. Warriors game, Pistons first game, Kings when we gave up our run. Drummond getting thrown out. Yo, that was a crazy game. The Drummond game where he got resurrected from the locker room. That was wild. Bona gonna knock it down. Sixers almost beat the, what were they, like 13-0 Cavs or 13-1? I remember that game. Jared McCain going on an absolute heater. Nick Nurse benched McCain in the fourth quarter against the Hornets for Kyle Lowry. Zach Collins up top, going to hand it off. Here's Pat Williams back to Collins. He drives, throws it down. 10-point lead now for the Bulls. I'll never forget when Eric Gordon had dental surgery and became the best shooter in the league for a week and a half and then got hurt and we never saw him again. Lonnie down low to Bona, turns, spins, kicks it back. Here's Hood Schifino, pops up a three. It's off, and the putback by Bagley. 74-66. Talon Horn Tucker kicks it up to Collins. Javon Carter. Tucker for three. No good. Christmas Day game, yeah. I knew somebody would say that. That was a good win. Here's Lonnie Walker up top, halfway into the third. Lonnie chucks a three. It's off the mark. Javon Carter on the other end now in transition, can't get it to go. Oh, and by the way, whatever is said after the game today, we will also react to that on our stream later tonight as well. Whatever Nick Nurse and Daryl Morey say, we will react to that. We'll play all the clips later. So again, we have a compiled live stream later tonight. We'll react to the playoff matchups. We'll talk about whatever's said after this game and just give our initial thoughts on the offseason and what needs to happen. Talk about the ups and the downs. Talon Horton-Tucker just got another and one. I mean, why are we making this guy look like he's Superman right now? He is not good. How is this guy playing like this right now? When we played the Rockets and Grimes went off, didn't give him the ball at the end of the fourth and lost in overtime. What would you say the positives are this year? I don't know. Young guys getting to play. Quentin Grimes, Yabusele. Hood-Schifino floats one up. Too much power on that. Bulls have it back now. It's 77-66. Horton-Tucker finds Williams. Williams going to dribble. The drive. Williams, no look pass. Collins, backdoor, and he lost it. Another positive was Jared McCain, but he had a short lifespan this year. Here's the inbound to Collins. Bagley tried to pluck it. Just saves it from going over backcourt. Terry beats Grimes off the dribble. Up and in. Bulls have started to kick it into gear. They're on a 30-10 run here in the third quarter. Just absolutely abysmal from the 76ers. Here is Mobley. Grimes, Council. I'll never forget in the first 30 games of the season, just coming on here every night for the post game and just ranting my you-know-what off. Bro, I was literally just ranting for an hour after every game, losing my minds with the decisions being made. Mobley again with the reverse. That time a nice little soft touch, and it is an 11-point game. Here are the Chicago Bulls. 4:17 to go in the third quarter. Collins drives, barrels him out of the way, and floats it up and in. Guys, 4 minutes away from a sudden death trivia question. Hood-Schifino just got grabbed to the ground. They're not even blowing a whistle. That's crazy. Bulls miss a layup on the other end. How did that not get called a foul? Hood-Schifino going to dribble, drive, kick. Here's a three ball from Grimes. Can't get it to go. Williams for three on the other end. That does not fall either. Jalen Hood-Schifino steps into one. He got it. Back to a 10-point game. 3:39 to go here in the third. Hood-Schifino's asking for that previous play. He's like, yo, how's that not a foul? Dude literally grabbed my hair and threw me to the ground. All right, man. I want to know right now in the chat as we continue to move through this final game of the season. Once again, appreciate everybody being here. If you have been here for all 82 games this season or every game that we've streamed, drop a yes, sir, in the chat right now. I want to know who's been here all season long. I want to know who's been here all season long. Like I said, we'll do our post-game show after the game. Then we will be live later tonight to talk about a bunch of stuff. Any news comes out the next couple days, we will keep you up to date. Don Boyle and Philly Sports Dylan getting ready to go toe-to-toe for the sudden death trivia question to win the season prize. Riaz in the chat. What's up, Riaz? Thanks for being here, man. McCain breakout game? Yeah, that was a fun one. I miss Jared McCain. I really do. I really do. Shoe Game drops a yes, sir. What's up, Shoe Game? Dom says, I think I might have missed one. It's all good, Dom. You've been here all season. Sports says most of the season. Busy Bee says not all 82, but most of them. Karen says the home game when Oubre had that jacked offensive rebound and put back, the entire team's energy was strong and stayed even. I forgot about Kelly Oubre too, man. I just feel like I haven't seen him in so long. So long. RB, do you see any firings in the next 48 hours? It's a good question. I feel like teams are in a weird spot. Like even the young teams have their coaches lined up. Let me look at the NBA standings here. Let's see. Do I see any teams firing their coach? Sixers, maybe? I don't know. Well, maybe we'll get another playoff team that just fires their coach as the playoffs begin. But out of the teams that aren't in the playoffs, I would say the Phoenix Suns, but I feel like the Suns just have roster issues as well. Spurs will probably get a new coach. Other than that, not really. I don't know if any other team's going to fire their coach yet. Maybe after the play-in or something, but right now, I don't see it. Grimes with an easy layup right down the middle of the lane. Yeah, these young teams are not going to fire their coaches because they're just bad teams. So maybe the Sixers, I guess. After the play-in, though, I could see some teams firing their coach. Pat Williams had a wide-open dunk. It's a 10-point game. If you just look at the Sixers fans in the stands, like they just look like scarecrows. I don't even know how they're watching this game. Uchafino Grimes. Here's Ricky. Ricky dribbling, driving, floats it up left hand. Can't get it to go. Here's Javon Carter, finds the corner. Here's Dalen Terry driving against Isaiah Mobley. He dribbles, turns, spins. Jalen Smith blocked under the rim, picked up by Philly, and here they come. Hood-Schifino steps into a wide-open three. Can't get it to go. Yo, Hood-Schifino looked really good at first. Council lost control of the pass. Council's kind of moping around a little bit. He didn't like that. Riaz says, this is such a foreign feeling after 7 years to the end on the last day of the regular season. Tell you what, man, it really is a weird feeling that there will not be playoff basketball in Philadelphia this year. Just with all the expectations for the season to go this bad. I mean, man, it's crazy. Grimes. Hood-Schifino for three. It's off. Rockets, Sixers, and Houston was probably the most fun game of the season. I would say Christmas Day, just because they stomped the Celtics, but the Houston one was fun too. I'm just glad that the Sixers are in the 5th overall tanking spot. Gives them a pretty good chance to keep their pick. I don't know what that was from Mobley. Here come the Chicago Bulls. Down low. Jalen Smith puts it up and missed the layup. Dude, the Bulls suck. I'll tell you what, though, the NBA is going to have to make some changes. They're going to have to make some changes because there's just way too many injuries these last couple years. We're going to the playoffs as well, and teams still have injuries. And it's just been a weird year, man. You got 2 teams firing their coaches in the last 10 games of the year that are in the playoffs. Busy Bee says, has a coach ever been fired mid-game? I don't know. I don't think so. Secret says, Secret, what's up, man? Long time no see, brother. Thanks for being here. Karen says, some of the fans of the game are simply diehards. Last game of the season, no playoff prospects. Has to be weird for the season ticket holders. Guys, I can't even begin to tell you how many season ticket holders have messaged me on Twitter and Instagram telling me that, like, they want to, like, they just want to vent pretty much. Like, I would honestly see some lawsuits coming for season ticket holders who paid for season tickets this year and did not get to see the team at all. I'm not even lying. Like, I think people are willing to go to that extreme with how mad they are just by what they were telling me. So I don't know. Tell you what, this might be a good time to dip into season tickets. So buy low, sell high. I mean, I don't know how much they're going to charge next year, but unless they go up with the prices or something. You could be like the Dallas Mavericks and up your season ticket prices. Dude, the Mavericks are such a bad team, man. That's another weird part of this year. Like, how do you trade Luka Doncic? Like, this season made no sense. The thing that I'm most interested in looking at in the playoffs is, can the young teams finally surpass the older teams? Will we see a changing of the guard? If you think about the Philadelphia Eagles, right? Howie Roseman did an amazing job finding the balance of vets and young guys. And I feel like with the new CBA and when you have to pay these players now and like all this stuff, I feel like teams are going to have to like hit on early draft picks and let them contribute to winning teams. So I want to see if, the Thunder can make it to the finals. Can the Rockets make it there? Like, I think this year is all about, can the young teams finally surpass the older teams? So that's where I'm at with it. But we'll see. We'll see. Talen Horton-Tucker, who's apparently turning into LeBron James today. Can't miss. 15 seconds ago here in the third. Time for one more. Shot clock unplugged. 86-75. Jared Butler against Horton-Tucker. He dribbles, drives into the lane, goes up off the square. Can't get it to go. 1 second. And that'll take us to the end of the third. End of the third quarter. Play-by-play with JJ. JJ Ray, let's go, man. Let's go. Shout out to my guy, JJ, man. Glad to fill in for you yesterday. Hope the Phillies are doing well. And you had a great chat yesterday, man. Great chat yesterday. A lot of great viewers. And great community over there, man. So shout out to Play-by-Play with JJ for having me. And you guys know, man, go support him as well. Go support him as well. All right, man. All right. It all comes down to this. Can we get some fires in the chat, man? At the beginning of the season, I said, let's get the trivia going. Shout out to National University all year long sponsoring our trivia segment. And I said whoever had the most trivia points at the end of the season would get a prize. That prize is a free piece of Philly Take merchandise. And we currently have a tie. So we are going to a sudden death trivia question. Dom Boyle and Philly Sports Dylan in the chat. Only those two can answer the question. And only those two will have their answers count. They are tied with 7 points each. And it all comes down to this question right here. Drum roll, please, man. Let's go. Let's go. Here it is. Get those keyboards ready, man. Get those keyboards ready. Here we go. Scott, thank you for having me yesterday, man. All right, here we go. Here we go. The question is, Dom and Dylan, how many players have played a game for the 76ers this season? If neither of you get it right, we will go Price is Right, and whoever gets it without going over. How many players have played a game for the Sixers this season? Let's see who gets it, man. Let's see. We have a guess from Dylan. Dylan is locked in with a guess. Dom, what do you say? How many players have played a game? And look, I told you guys last game. I kind of foreshadowed this. There's only one right question, and it is how many guys have played for the Sixers this season? All right, we have two guesses. Dylan says 28. Dom says 31. There's been a lot of process tankers this year. Who do you guys think is right? Who do you guys think is right? 54 different lineup combinations. How many guys played for the Sixers this season? Sixers down by 13 after a couple made free throws. Dom says 31. Dylan says 28. Another miss by the Sixers. Here comes Chicago. Williams down to Smith. Back to Williams. Puts it up and in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer. The amount of players that have played in a regular season game for the 76ers this season is 29. So Philly Sports Dylan got it without going over. He said 28. Dom said 31. It was 29. So it's going to go to Philly Sports Dylan, man. I want you guys in the chat to drop some love for Dom Boyle and Philly Sports Dylan, man. They crushed it all season long. Dom, I see a second guess where you said 29, but only the first guess counts. You should have said 29 originally, man. Should have played the Price is Right game, but man, you guys were close. Good guesses, though. Good guesses, man. Good guesses. Free throws good for the Sixers. Dom, you crushed it this season. Dylan, you crushed it this season as well. Very close, man. 29 players. That's crazy, man. Lonnie pulls up for three. He hits. Great guesses in the chat. Guys, drop some MVPs in the chat for those two, man. They were great all season long, battling toe-to-toe. You guys were great, man. Quentin Grimes going to dribble, drive, lay it up, and missed it. Bulls get the rebound. Here's Williams. He's going to find... Who is that? Here's Patrick Williams up top. He's going to chuck up a three. Got it again. Got it again. Who's in the game right now? Three ball good for Sixers. Yo, now they're cooking. They're like, yo, we're trying to win this game. Number 20, Emmanuel Miller in for Chicago. And the Bulls going to slam it down the other end. It's a 15-point game. 9 minutes to play here on the regular season. We have a timeout from Nick Nurse. RB, it's 30 if you count Isaiah Mobley. Give it to Dom. Well, Dom said 31 anyway, so that wouldn't even make a difference. That wouldn't even make a difference. But yeah, man. Dom played his heart out all season, man. Dom's great. Dom's great. I think it was a fair fight, man. It was a fair fight. These two battled all season long, man. They battled. Philly Sports Dylan, message me on social media. We will get you hooked up with a piece of merch. As for Dom, you always have the merch discount code for being a channel member. That's one of the perks of being a channel member. You get discounted merchandise. So Dom, you already have a merch discount code anyway. You guys want to become a channel member, hit that link pinned in the chat. Shout out to all the people that participated this year, man. Nine minutes left in the season. Price is Right has to be on the money or just under. Exactly. He was close, though. He was close. Like I said, man, it was a good battle all season. And we got next season as well. We have next season, too. We're going to keep adding more. Dom says, I called up late, RB. I was down big a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I want to give Dom credit. He was. Dom was at the bottom of the barrel. Like, I think he only had one question, and he was rising up the ranks. Dom just kept on firing away these last couple weeks. So he made it a battle, man. He made it a battle. You got to give Dom his flowers, man. You got to give him his flowers for sure. He made it a battle. Hood Schifino, no look pass. Bagley slams it down. It's a 13-point game. Smith fouled under the rim. First free throw missed by Chicago. Do you guys want to win this game or not, man? Jalen Hood Schifino up top. Hood Schifino going to cross over, dribble, drive. Hood Schifino down to Adem Bona. Bona puts it up, blocked from behind. And all the like I said, all the channel members in here, you guys have discount codes for the merch. So check out the members community tab and get yourself some merch, man. Support the show. Here's Quentin Grimes up top, coming around a screen. Grimes for three. It's short. 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Tucker finds Smith. Here's a three ball. Williams, he got it. This guy is not missing. $7:40 to go here in quarter number 4. Hood Schifino pulls it up. Short on the air ball. Sixers get it back. They're down by 20 after a quick run by Chicago. 3, 2. Walker puts it up, and he's fouled and one. Woo! Yes, sir.
He's on fire.
I'm going to miss these Sixers live streams, man. I'm going to miss them until October. I'm going to miss them until October, man. Once again, guys, as we wind down the final game of the season, I want to remind you to support us on all platforms. Follow us on IG, TikTok. Support our brand, man. If you want to see us keep growing and doing this content, join the Discord. Check out the channel memberships. Sixers down by 17 points. Quentin Grimes going to put up a three. That one is off the mark. Javon Carter going to find Jalen Smith. Smith for three, and he hits it again. I know this season leaves an empty feeling in our stomachs, but they'll get back to winning, man. And the streams will be a lot more fun when we're winning and not watching Tankathon Squad every night, but we'll see. Three ball from Lonnie. That's off the mark. Like I said, I've been building this show up for 5 years. I'm trying to, trying to make this the best coverage for the fans out there all across the globe, whether it's these live streams, whether it's our videos. We get very video heavy in the off season. So that's another thing too, man. Make sure you guys have your notifications on for the channel. If you go on my actual YouTube channel, there should be a notification bell where you can subscribe with notifications. That way, anytime I drop a video or go live, because it's more inconsistent in the off season, right? Like it's not at the same time every day. So definitely make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our stuff. But like I said, guys, we're going to do live streams for the playoffs because I feel weird not doing any playoff coverage for once. So yeah, I want to do some playoff live streams. We'll do the draft lottery stream on May 12th. We'll do an NBA draft live stream on June, whatever it is. And we'll do our free agency live streams and stuff as well. And we'll have a lot more coverage in store. Dom says, I almost feel like I got a bunch of new friends in here and we're all here chilling, watching the game. Good. That's the goal, man. Thank you for saying that too. Like that's the goal, man. That's right there is what I wanted to create amongst this fan base and this community. Like that is the ultimate goal right there. So if you guys feel that way, that puts a smile on my face. Because at the end of the day, man, we're all just diehard fans. And it's not like everybody we know in our lives, likes sports the way we do and likes these teams, right? So this is like a good safe space to come in here, talk about the team, lose our minds, and just have fun, man. Let's go. Oh, I almost missed the thing up here. By the way, Secret Underdog gifted a membership. Let's go, man. Secret Underdog, let's go. You guys are the best, man. Secret Underdog, $5 super chat says, thanks for another season, RB. You made this hot dog juice season way better. We're all in pain together. Much love. Let's go, Secret. Let's go, baby. I had to play the Embiid sound effect one more time, man. Thank you for the love, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. 6.5 to play. Bulls are cooking the Sixers now. This is how every game has gone this season. Sixers make a fake comeback and then they get cooked. Forgot what it was like to win. Hey, at least they didn't go out on a 15-game losing streak. At least they beat the Washington Wizards. Guess we can hang our hat on that. 106-87. Here's the inbound to Lonnie Walker. 6:10 to play in the fourth quarter. Lonnie dribbles, drives, kicks it. Grimes going all the way. Reverse layup. No good. Bulls get it back. So the Sixers are going to suffer another brutal defeat. Javon Carter up at the top, going to pull it up over Grimes. That one's short. For all the shadow watchers in here too, I don't know why you guys never comment, but thank you for watching the show all season 2. Hopefully I gave you some good coverage. Here's Quentin Grimes. Grimes against Javon Carter. 10 on the shot clock. Grimes going to spin, turn, find a cutting Hood Schifino. Kicks it out. Lonnie spots up for 3. Got it!
He's on fire!
Woo! Let's go, Lonnie. Let's go, Lonnie. What is our home record? 12-28. Soon to be 12-29. So we went about same home and road this year. Here's a miss by Chicago, picked up by Grimes. Grimes out to Lonnie Walker. Step back 3. Lonnie can't get it. Picked up by Chicago. 5 minutes to play. We're winding down. 3 ball from Phillips. No good. Carter the rebound. He missed it. Jalen Hood Schifino dribbles down the floor. He starts, he stops, he turns, he spins, arcs it up, and he's fouled. Which games are you calling in the playoffs? I'm not sure yet. Make sure you have notifications on. Make sure you stay up to date on the channel. I'm not sure which playoff games we're doing yet, but we'll make an announcement about that also on IG and Twitter as well. So be sure to follow us on those platforms and stay up to date. Also, guys, once again, we're going to go live later tonight. We're going to recap this season quickly. We're going to celebrate that it's over. I'm going to give you a couple thoughts that I'm having about what comes next for this team and officially kick it off into the offseason. And we're also going to react to the playoff matchups once they are finalized. And we will give you a breakdown. And I'm going to tell you a couple upsets that I think are happening in the first round of the playoffs as well. We'll go through and we'll predict them, and we'll take some callers as well. That'll be around 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Here's Talon Horton-Tucker going to find Zach Collins. Arcs one up. Got it to bounce in. 108-92. 4:15 to play on the season. Grimes dribbling, driving, crossing. Oh, what a find. Hood Schifino takes it out. Turnaround mid-range. Just grazed the rim barely. Talon Horton-Tucker lays it up and in. Yeah, you know what would make me happy right now? I want to see everybody, especially the members in the chat. I want to see you guys dropping W's in the chat. Not because the Sixers are winning this game, but because the season is finally about to be over. And I feel like that is a W in itself. And maybe I selfishly want to see one more W chain in the chat. I want to see one more dub chain in the chat. So, for the next 3 minutes, let's just see a bunch of W's, man. Especially my members, man. Drop those W emojis. I'm gonna miss them for sure. We got a timeout. Come on, Nurse. What are we doing, Nurse? Maybe he's trying to take it in. Maybe he's gonna resign. He's like, all right, let me take it all in. Kelly Oubre wearing a normal outfit today. Okay. There's Podcast P. Pinky P. Let's go. Keep the W's flying in the chat. Dubs in the chat. Keep them going. We'll do a post-game show after this one. We'll be back later at 7 p.m. Man. 24-58. 24-58. The Sixers finished the season 4-28 after Daryl Morey claimed they still had championship aspirations after the trade deadline. Wow. That's wild, man. Lonnie Walker from 3. He drills it. 112-97. Yo, Lonnie's got 8 threes. He's got 30 points. Ladies and gentlemen, drop the 30s in the chat. 30s. Yes, sir. He's on fire.
He's on fire.
Career high 8 threes for Lonnie Walker. He's got 31. Lonnie. He'll be back next year. He's on a 2-year deal. Sixers picked him up after the All-Star break. Let's go. 30s for my boy Lonnie. Wide open 3 for Carter. It's short. Jared Butler for 3. Good job this season, Jared Butler. Thank you for your contributions to the tank. Javon Carter wide open finds Miller. Collins misses it. 2:10 to play. And Butler knocked to the ground. It's a foul on Emmanuel Miller. EJ Liddell in for the first time. Shout out to EJ Liddell. He was a highly talked about prospect this past year. He was drafted in the 2nd round. Actually, it was in 22. But he was, I remember a lot of people talking about him. Hasn't really made much noise at the NBA level. Council to Bona. Tapped away. Bulls pick it up. Here they come. Here's the floater, and that one falls. Emmanuel Miller, assisted by Jameer Young. We got another foul down the other end. Once again, man, from me to you guys, 5 years of live streaming every single game. It's been an absolute journey. It's been a wild ride, but thank you all for just rocking with me all season. Thank you for just, supporting me, supporting the channel, and just being a part of it, Even though this season has been a disaster, the hardest one to cover, adding in the pregame and postgame shows, adding in more content structures and all this stuff. It's been fun, man. And we're going to keep rocking and rolling. You guys have been incredible all year. The fact that we still have over 100 people in here rocking with me, amazing. Can't believe it's been 5 years of live streaming like this, but it is. And let's hope the team gets better. Guys, hit the like button if you haven't yet. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. We got 1:30 to play here in this game. I want to give one more shout out to our great partners over at National University as well, man. Shout out to them for partnering with us all season as well. Guys, right now, National University is offering a new scholarship opportunity. Maybe you're someone that wanted to go back to school, or maybe, you're working that job and you want to get that degree, but you just feel kind of stuck. National University offers a ton of online courses, 4 and 8 week classes. Quick, bada boom, bada bing. They have a 50-year history of innovative learning and support models for working and non-traditional students. Most comprehensive degree program offerings in the U.S. for these types of students. They awarded $50 million plus in scholarships last year. Right now, their new scholarship opportunity, the Believe in Yourself, Succeed in Your Future scholarship, is a needs-based scholarship that provides annual funding throughout your degree program as long as you maintain eligibility requirements. NU is committed to making higher ed accessible no matter your financial circumstances or your background. This scholarship is designed to help dedicated students overcome those obstacles and stay on track towards earning a quality degree. So this will support your journey towards personal growth, professional success, and a brighter future. Check them out. Click the link down in the description or in the live chat. And once again, thank you to NU for partnering with us all season long. And I hope you guys check them out. That being said, we're winding down here. We got 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. Shout out to the members, the moderators, everybody who made this show possible all season long. We got the post game coming up. You guys crush it this year, man. Collins going to knock down the first 121.99. RB, are you going to take calls during your live this evening? Yes, I am. The phone lines will be open. The Discord will be open as well. Discord gets the phones answered first, but we're going to have the phones open later tonight. We're going to take some callers as well. We're going to talk about this off season, just our initial thoughts, how this season ended. We're going to celebrate it as Jared Butler cashes in one more triple. And we're going to talk about the playoff matchups as well. So the most disappointing season in Sixers history coming to an end. Bittersweet. Sad that we won't have any more Sixers Game Day lives this year, but happy that we can finally close the book and turn the page. As the clock winds out, the Sixers are going to finish 24-58. Oh! This is my last chance if I want to wake up and maybe this is all a dream and we're going to be back on opening day, but I don't think that is the case. Sixers have a lot of questions, few answers right now. It's going to be an off season of lots of intrigue, potential, potential implosion. I mean, that could be a realistic possibility, or they could run it back. There's a lot to talk about. We're going to get into it all, man. I will be here and I will be talking about this team as much as I can. I'm going to break down what they need to do. We're going to drop tons of videos, live streams, and more. But once again, I want to thank you guys for being a part of this. I want to thank you for being here. And, yeah, class, the front office does need National University. They need to go back to National, man. Sixers fall 122-102. In the season finale, they finished 24-58. And that is the way we cap off this brutal season. 5 years strong in the books, man. We've heard from Paul George today. We've heard from Tyrese Maxey. We'll talk about those quotes later today. Apparently, we're about to hear from Nick Nurse and Daryl Morey, so we'll get into all that. Let's go, man. 5 years strong, and we're rocking and rolling. Crazy season, man. Crazy season. Insane. Wow, 24-58. 24-58. Shout out to the members, moderators, man. Like I said, everybody that made this possible. Shout out to our whole Philly Take team, man. Follow us on IG. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on TikTok. Join the Discord. Become a member, man. You guys were incredible this year. Lots to talk about. You guys are the best. Hold up. Can we get one more yes, sir, man? Can we get one more yes, sir? I mean, we didn't hit the 300 likes, which sucks. But, yo, let's wake up these damn neighbors, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wake them up. If you guys are one of those people that are not going to come back until October, thank you for being here. I hope to see you, though, throughout the entire off season. Lots of content to income. Lots to talk about, man. It's going to be a spicy one. It's going to be a spicy off season, no doubt. No doubt. Worst record since 2015. That's wild stuff, man. That's wild stuff. Looking forward to some change with this team. Hopefully. man, finally made it through. Guys, we're going to be live tonight around 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk about our initial thoughts on the offseason. I have a couple perspectives to offer up about what I think about this team, what needs to happen, some things you may not really think about. Apparently, Daryl Morey and Nick Nurse are going to talk to the media soon, so we will react to their clips later tonight. We'll take some callers if you guys want to chime in on the Sixers offseason. We will react to the playoff matchups. I'll tell you a couple upsets that I think are going to happen. And we'll talk about a lot more. You guys are awesome, man. Dropping MVPs for me in the chat. You guys are the best, man. You guys are the best. Y'all are the MVPs. I'm so happy this season is over, bro. I'm so happy this season is over, man. I can't believe we've been doing this for 5 years, but it has been the best time of my freaking life, man. Yes, sir. It's going to feel weird without Sixers playoff streams, man. But we'll be back for some playoff content for sure. We'll be doing some playoff live streams. Draft videos coming up. I'm going to give my thoughts on what the Sixers need to do. We're not stopping. $10 super chat from Riaz. Thank you so much, man. RB, once again, thank you for a great season. In the stream, it truly was Sixers therapy. Being in Cleveland, this was harder as everyone here has been happy all year, but you made the season bearable. Riaz, thank you, my man. I appreciate that. I'm glad I could make it a little bit more bearable for you, bro. I know it must be hard watching probably a bunch of Cavs fans around you. But look, if I made your guys' season just a little bit better, that's what I intend to do. So that was my goal. And you guys made it easier for me. I would not have been able to watch this and get through it without you guys. So truly awesome. Awesome stuff. Maybe we'll start up the Sixers therapy podcast again. But who knows, man? A lot of time between now and October. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows, man? Once again, one more shout out to BetUS TV. Be sure to follow them on all their socials, sites, platforms. Check them out for daily news content, coverage, updates, and more. BetUS TV holding it down all season long for us as well. National University, Mando, Bird Dogs, all the great partners of the show this season. They made it possible, so be sure to support them as well. All other ways you guys want to support me are down below in the description. With that being said, guys, we will be back in a few moments for the postgame show. Light postgame today. Light postgame. We're going to save a lot of the overarching thoughts for later tonight, but stay locked and loaded, man. We'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll do a quick postgame show. And then we'll sign off for the 2024 season. Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate it. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. welcome on in for the final time this season as we finally get to turn the page, close the book, whatever else you want to say, and move on as the 76ers get crushed again to end off the 2024-25 season. They go down to the Chicago Bulls 122-102, and they finish the regular season at 24-58. The finale has come and gone, and now there are many more interesting questions to come. We need answers. What happens next? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it all, man. But welcome on into the Sixers post-game live show right here on Philly Take with RB. This was a new concept for us this year. We've been live streaming every game for 5 years now. Shout out to everybody who's still rocking with us, man. Drop some fives in the chat. But 5 years strong, however, this was the first year we put this pregame and postgame into play, and it was an absolute success. Hearing you guys call in every game, hearing your thoughts, really getting that feedback from the fan base. I thrive on that, and I love it. So you guys were amazing this season, man, and thank you. Thank you all who contributed, who chimed in, and who were a part of it. But yeah, man, we do this every single game right after the game here on YouTube. So ladies and gentlemen, be sure to tap in live with us after every game, and even going into next season. Tune in live with us, pregame, postgame, live game, all that and more. And if you're listening back on an audio platform, be sure to rate us as a podcast, subscribe to us, and help us continue to grow. But don't worry, we'll have a ton of coverage in the offseason, from draft to free agency. I'm sure the Sixers will shake things up as they always do, because they have some big decisions to make. But no matter what, man, appreciate y'all always being supportive. The 76ers lose again. And before I talk about that, shout out to Class Shieling in the chat, becoming a Fire Take member. Class, thank you so much for supporting the brand. Also, wherever you guys are listening in on this, you can follow us on all socials, IG and TikTok at Philly Take with RB, Twitter at RB Philly Take. Join our Discord. All the links are down in the YouTube description. That's how you stay updated with all of our content. Man, I mean, what a season it was. I mean, man, can I just talk for 1 minute, man, about this damn season? I mean, it's hit me that it's over. It feels like it went so fast that it feels like it's been 10 years at the same time. I mean, if anything, it's time for the eulogy, man. I feel like everybody's been checked out on this season for the most part, and it's time to finally put this damn thing to bed. All right? Now, forgive me if I'm forgetting some things, but the 2024-25 Sixers eulogy begins with Joel Embiid not being ready for the start of the season. He's ramping up. They tell us he's coming back to play. Okay, Joel Embiid barely plays, only plays 19 games on the season. Then we have Joel Embiid come back. He gets in a fight with Marcus Hayes. We have a team meeting in the locker room where Joel Embiid gets called out by his teammates. The players tell Nick Nurse they don't know what he's doing on the floor. We have Kyle Lowry playing over Jared McCain. We have Eric Gordon at one point, who went from looking absolutely terrible, turns into the best shooter of all time for a week after getting dental surgery. Then he disappears for the rest of the season. Jared McCain looks like the best Sixers rookie of all time to start, and then he tears his meniscus and has a concussion on the same play. Then we have every player on the team get injured, and every guy ends up going out. We have a game where Andre Drummond gets ejected, comes back, and gets resurrected. The Sixers finally get the gang together on Christmas Day. They put a beating on the Celtics. We think they're back. Then they go multiple games without their stars. Their stars play one game, they don't play for the next 5. The most inconsistent trend we've ever seen. Fast forward, we get to the trade deadline. Sixers end up selling pieces. They make some trades. We know the season's going downhill. Daryl Morey holds a press conference the Friday before the Super Bowl. He looks us straight in our eyes, and the Sixers continue to lie, and they tell us to squint. Squint. They say we're going to win a championship, even though we know the season's going downhill. Fast forward a couple weeks later, Paul George says he's quitting his podcast to finally get in good shape and focus on his championship efforts this season. Then the next day, Joel Embiid gets ruled out for the rest of the season, showing that there's no communication on one level to the next with this organization. Combine all that with the fact that I feel like we never even saw the team play together. Tyrese Maxey's got a finger injury. Gershon Yabusele looked like the sixth man of the year. Then he goes and plays terrible the last couple months of the season after they took him out of the starting lineup. Adem Bona looked like a hidden gem who never got to play till the end of the season. Then you fast forward, you're playing guys that you picked up on other G League rosters, from Jalen Hood-Schifino to O'Shea Brissett to Chuma Okeke to Colin Castleton. All in all, what the heck is this season? This might be the most disastrous, incompetent, incomprehensible, silly, stupid, wild season that I've ever seen from a professional sports organization. And yet the fans have still showed up to the arena. They've still watched the games, kinda, sorta. And keep in mind, all this was in a season where the Sixers came in with quote-unquote championship expectations after having two players on the roster, an entire roster to fill with a cap space plan, and signing Paul George to a max contract. And they end up with their lowest win total in 9 seasons. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the 2024 Philadelphia 76ers. It is a season we probably will never forget, but we definitely don't want to remember. It is a season with just so much chaos, so much absolute buffoonery. I don't think I could ever see a team replicating the amount of ineptitude with this organization and the way they managed this season. And you know what? Shame on us, because we should have known from the first second. Matter of fact, I had a weird feeling on opening day, Sixers and Bucks, and they say Joel Embiid's not playing, but he's not playing because he's not hurt. He's not playing because something's going on. He's ramping up. How in the world does a superstar player have to ramp up for opening day? We should have knew from then that it was doomed. Shame on us. We thought this was going to be a championship season, and we literally got bamboozled by this team. And they need to change. They need to make changes. They can't accept this level of effort. They can't accept this standard, because you have diehard fans, and although this does get titled as a football town, there are some really long-standing diehard Sixer fans who love the heck out of this team and want to see them get better, and you've been so close for so long. Some people feel like you've missed the window, and to just take this big of a step back, and I don't want to just hear, oh, well, it's injuries. Injuries. Every team has injuries. No, the way you manage this team should have you fired. Somebody's got to go on this team, man. Somebody has to go. There is no way in heck that you finish this season with 24 wins. I don't care who got hurt. I don't care who had this going on. I don't care. I feel like I haven't ranted like this in months, man, but I had to get it off, because seeing your team go 24-58 is an absolute disgrace. Disgrace. Oh, and the medical staff. Oh, the medical staff. Ladies and gentlemen, I have never seen a medical staff so incompetent. From many years of stars having these weird injuries to just the insane happening. But this year, you had 3 players that had unhealable injuries. You had every superstar get injured, every role player get injured. The coach looks like he aged 20 years. The GM was nowhere to be found until his stupid press conference in February, where he told us to squint. And the owner was worrying about a football team that, oh, by the way, got their ass kicked by the Eagles in the NFC Championship. So much so that they wouldn't even thank the Eagles and they wouldn't even congratulate them on social media. So Sixers, figure out whatever the hell you have to do this offseason, but figure it out quick. Because one thing is that the Sixer fan base will not condone any more lying. You could tell us, hey, we're going to be bad for the next 3 years and we're going to trade away pieces. But what you're not going to do is lie anymore because you've done it all season. You've been serial liars and nobody can take it anymore. I've had multiple season ticket holders for weeks, months, tell me that they are done. They are selling tickets because they're not going to be lied to. So don't try to string people back in. Don't try to tell them, oh, this is going to happen, and then the opposite happens. Not happening anymore, man. And you know what? The fans have a role in this too. There's been fans earlier in the season, they all disappeared. They washed away into the wind, right? Remember, there was a lot of fans early in the season telling me, RB, you're being a hater. RB, you shouldn't be talking like this. You're a fan. You support the team. You're damn right I support the team. You play a role in this. The more we allow this to go on and not make a statement, the more it's going to keep happening. Everybody should be disgusted right now after this season. Everybody should be pissed off. That's how changes are made. This is unacceptable. I mean, please don't be one of those people that are like, oh, bro, but we have such a bright future. We won 24 games out of 82. And they tried to sell us at the trade deadline. What did they go, 4-28 after the trade deadline? They tried to sell us that we were still in championship contention. I mean, nobody would believe this. Nobody. Now that I've calmed down, man. Look, that's my Sixers eulogy. Did I miss anything? Guy? I mean, I tried to hit everything. There's just been so much chaos this season. I feel like Nick Nurse doesn't even get information from the medical staff. Nick Nurse doesn't even talk from Daryl Morey. I feel like Nick Nurse has just been thrown out there on a silver platter to be had. The guy came out every night, said the same thing. I don't know. I don't have the answers. Daryl Morey's nowhere to be found. Owners are nowhere to be found. That's me putting this season to bed. I had to get it off my chest. I don't know where it came. I just had to rant. I had to rant. It had to get off my chest because I feel like it's just been building up. We've all been enjoying the tankathon. We've all been enjoying the tankathon. 10 years after we created the tankathon, we're enjoying the tankathon. That's how sick in the head we are and how sick we have to be because our organization lied all season long. 10 years after we created the tank, we're back at square one. I'll end off my eulogy with this. Sixers, you are teetering on the line of irrelevancy. The fans are this close to not caring at all, ever. You need to do something, and you need to figure it out now, and you need to tell the truth. Wow, what a season. What a season, man. What a season. What else? I mean, there's just so much that happened. There's so much that happened. I mean, you can't even draw it up. Can't even draw it up. Fans are mad. This is unacceptable, and it has to change. I don't want to say anything about this game. I'll give you a couple bright spots of this season. One is Jared McCain looks like he can be a future superstar, but hopefully he comes back healthy. Quentin Grimes was an absolute steal in the Mavericks trade. And you finally got to see what young guys can do when you give them the fair opportunity, which we were screaming about all season until they had to do it. So I hope the Sixers keep those things in mind. I hope they take these things into consideration. And I hope they monitor what's going on around the NBA. And I hope they monitor just everything. You know, I want them to watch these playoffs closely. Notice what you need to do. Gain knowledge, gain wisdom. There's so much more that I'm probably even forgetting right now that happened this season. Like when Nick Nurse said that, remember that answer where he said, oh, you know, we're going to switch to zone defense because, or no, we're going to switch to man defense because they're, whatever he said, man, I don't even know. He said the Celtics were crushing us from 3-point range. And then he said, we're going to go to a zone defense because man wasn't working, which makes no sense. I just saw in the chat, yeah, when Tyrese Maxey was ruled out, Nurse didn't even know it for the rest of the season. Joel Embiid getting ejected from a ball game. Andre Drummond having an unhealable injury. I mean, there's just so much. So much. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that's really all I got for this game, honestly. Let me see if anybody's on the Discord line. I mean, we're going to live stream again later tonight, so we're going to do a live stream where we talk about our overall thoughts on this season. I kind of just went off about it, but I'm going to give you more of my like condensed, compressed thoughts, more on like a chill level. And yeah, we'll talk about that. The couple things that I think need to happen first and foremost. I'm going to talk about a couple things that I think must happen off the bat. I'm going to give you a couple perspectives that I think nobody's really talking about as it pertains to the future of this team. We're going to react to the playoff matchups, and we're going to react to what everybody's saying, because right now all the players are having media availability, and I haven't had time to look at all their quotes yet. I think Daryl Morey will be speaking to the media, same with Nick Nurse. So, yeah. There's another one, yeah. ChatGPT. Daryl Morey literally used ChatGPT to construct the Sixers roster. Daryl Morey got called out by multiple players. Paul George quits his podcast. I just... insane, man. This is like the most disastrous season you could ever draw up. It's not even close. Not even close, man. I don't know how this season could get crazier. I don't know how this season could get crazier. But the Sixers are officially locked in to the number 5 Tankathon seed. I did say that we would run it back here on the postgame because our first spin of the day, we got number 7, and it hurt my heart. But the Sixers are locked into the number 5 Tankathon seed. And what that means is that they will have a 63.9% chance at getting their top 6 pick and keeping it. They will have a 42.1% chance at getting in the top 4. And they'll have a 10.5% chance at getting the number 1 overall pick. So that's really all the Sixers have to look forward to. And on our second spin of the day, there we go. We're in the top 6, baby. Hey, give us the 4th pick. I'll take it. We got number 4. I'll take that. But yeah, man. Draft lottery's on May 12th. We have a month to, hope and pray that they get this draft pick. If not, things are going to get a lot tougher. Things are going to get a lot tougher. This was by far the most disappointing season in Sixers franchise history. I'm glad we can finally sign off and, bid our farewells, but things must change. Things must get better. Other than that, man, I don't have much else to say about this game. The Sixers fought for a bit, and then they fell out and they collapsed. The bottom came out like always. Chicago Bulls are going to the play-in tournament as a 39-43 team. There's no way that a team like that should be in the play-in tournament. I think that's a disgrace, but nonetheless, they are. And Sixer Nation, I hope you and I and everybody else, I hope we get what we are looking for next season. I hope next season goes a lot better. Otherwise, it could get very ugly for the fans in this city. Absolutely unbelievable. So before we get out of here, I'm going to shout out some people in the chat. Once again, be sure to like the show, subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with all of our off-season content. Be sure to turn on your notifications wherever you watch this show. Richie says, sell the team. Cool J in here all season long. Cool J, thanks for your support. Karen, thanks for your support, says, you're right, it's unacceptable. Shoe Game says, PG Pod will be back, don't you worry. Ryan Sprague says, best part of the season for me was in January to February. The big three became the big disappointment. Busy Bee says, don't say that. We could fall out of the top 6. I hope not. They can't afford to. They can't afford to. Gene in the chat says, I have season tickets and did not attend a single game in this horrible season. And that's just a really sad thing. That's a really sad thing. Like I said, season ticket holders are pissed off. They're frustrated, man. I don't blame them. I mean, it's really sad. You get to a point where in the last game of the year, Quentin Grimes is 0 for 9 from 3. You completely crushed his confidence the last couple weeks because you had to. Gershon Yabusele was playing some great ball. He was a no-show for the last 2 months of the season. Now you have to hope you can keep those guys in free agency. I'll tell you what, man, Daryl Morey, if it's him or whoever else, Daryl's got a lot of work to do starting tonight. Like this organization, the fans care so much. The organization needs to have that burning fire in their stomach. Like they need to wake up tomorrow and they need to draw the numbers 24 and 58 on the whiteboard. Not the whiteboard that got leaked on draft night, but a whiteboard behind closed doors. They need to pull everybody into one room, draw the numbers 24 and 58 on the board, and look at it and really digest it and be like, are you freaking serious? We just went 24 and 58. And they need to go around in a circle like group therapy, and they all need to give their thoughts and let it out and take accountability for their shortcomings, and they need to take accountability. That's what they need to do. They need to really digest the fact of what this season was. One of the most unwatchable, irrelevant, forgettable seasons in Sixers history. And I hope they get better. I hope they figure it out. But, man, this was a disaster. Top Shot Tesla gifting a Philly Take membership. MVPs in the chat for Top Shot. Top Shot always coming in to support the post-game show. Thank you very much. Rachel Tice dropping the member emojis. Dom dropping the tanks. Busy Bee in here all season long as well. Shout out to Dom. Shout out to Cool J in here. Banj in here. We got a lot to talk about in the offseason. Rooks has replaced Daryl Morey with RB. Hey, my phones are open, man. Phone lines are open, Sixers. I'm here. I'm here. If you need me, by the way. I'm here. Lots to talk about, man. But the Sixers officially close it out with another L. Hey, at least they didn't lose 15 in a row to end the season. They got that big win against the Wizards. But they do end it on a 2-game losing streak, and the Sixers go 24 and 58. Their worst season since 2015 when they won 10 games in a season. An utter disappointment. And as we sign off for the final time here with the Sixers, I hope we all take away one thing from this season. And it is something that I talked about a lot in the past couple years on this live show. But keep in mind how quick things can flip. Keep in mind how things can change. Because even for the past couple years, we've been frustrated at this team, right? And everybody says, hey, quick reactionary takes. Let's blow it up. Let's get rid of everybody. Well, this is what you're going to expect to see when things are not going right. If you want to blow it up, fine, I get it now. But you can't always change your entire roster. You can't always blow it up. Joel Embiid every year talks about continuity. Sixers had no continuity this year. They had none last year. Marcus Morris said it a couple weeks ago on that podcast. He said, I don't know why Daryl Morey thinks he can build an entirely new roster every year and win the championship. It doesn't work like that. And I hope that this year the Sixers can take away some positives from these young guys, but they need to build continuity and they need to find a way to get things right. And the fans cannot always just want to blow it up and change things after one bad game. It's a long season. It's a long process, you know? So it's unfortunate that we had to subject ourselves to this type of basketball this year, but I'm happy that it's finally over and I'm ready to turn the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much from me to you for being a part of this Game Day live show all season. First year in which we did pregame, live game, and postgame all on the same show. It was an absolute blast, and I had so much fun talking to you guys. We'll be around for the playoff coverage. We'll be around for off-season coverage, and we'll be back tonight in a couple hours because we're going to have a live show and talk about the first couple things that need to happen with this team, and we're going to react to the playoff matchups as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of it. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I hope you all have a great off-season if I don't talk to you until October. But for one final time, man, we're signing out here on the post-game live show on Philly Take with RB. Sixers lose again. I feel like I've said those words a million times. 122-102. Lots of questions, little answers. See what happens. Sixers finish the season 24-58. Big off-season decisions incoming. I'm RB, Sixers post-game live. Sixers game day live show every game. Pre-game, live game, post-game. Catch y'all later, man. Peace.